The American League Division Series. For the loser, their season ends tonight. First pitch is at 5:08. Sound Transit is running special trains to the game. Just check times on their website. You can still buy tickets on the resale market, but be careful if you're trying to get them. KIRO 7 TV's Eric Thomas has details.
The game's sold out, so resale your only option right now, and that's a feeding ground for scammers. So some tips to make sure your tickets are legit. Stay away from any purchase that seems too good to be true. Avoid transferring money through accounts like Venmo or Zelle to a stranger before you get your tickets. And keep in mind, using your credit card actually gives you an additional layer of protection.
You can catch all the action of the game on our sister station, 710 Seattle Sports. Seattle police are investigating after one person was killed and a bystander was injured in a shooting in Seattle's Capitol Hill neighborhood Thursday night. KIRO 7 TV's Samantha Lomibau reports this happened near East Pike Street and Broadway.
2 men were shot right out front of this Chipotle. Police say the victim who died was shot once in the torso and multiple times in the back. Another man, a bystander, shot in the leg. I did talk to 2 witnesses who say they heard that gunfire and ran to take cover.
We just saw 2 young gentlemen get in a Dodge Charger and drive off, and then there was a guy sitting in front of Chipotle, and he got carted off. Wasn't looking too good.
Those witnesses you just heard from tell us they heard some kind of argument. Police say they are still searching for a suspect that ran away with multiple people.
Seattle police also are dealing with a mystery on their hands. Officers were called to the scene of a suspected shooting Wednesday night near South Winthrop Street and Chesty Boulevard South in the North Beacon Hill area. They found a 40-year-old man with significant injuries to his head and face, but SPD Detective Eric Munoz says investigators aren't sure if he was actually shot.
If anybody has any information, we encourage them to call the SPD Violent Crime Tip Line at 206-233-5000. And of course, anonymous tips are always accepted.
No suspect has been identified. Western Washington has the most dangerous stretches of highway in the state, according to an analysis by Seattle Injury Law. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch tells us why.
The most dangerous stretches are all along I-5, with the most dangerous 10-mile stretch between South 38th Street in Tacoma and State Route 18. WSP Trooper Cameron Watts tells us why.
There's a lot of semi-truck traffic. There is a copious amount of moving violations. It's a high traffic area. There's usually construction in the area. There's a lot of distracted driving.
Traffic fatalities dropped all across Washington in 2024, and WSP is stepping up patrols. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
A whistleblower complaint alleges King County's Department of Adult and Juvenile Detention hired more than 100 corrections officers with expired or invalid work visas. KIRO News Radio's Aaron Granillo has the response from jail officials.
King County says it believes the number of affected officers is far lower than reported. In a statement, the county says all officers in question are authorized to work in the U.S., have passed criminal background checks, and are in good standing with the county. Officials admit they may have misapplied a state law that limits who can serve as corrections officers and say they're taking steps to correct the oversights. The State Criminal Justice Training Commission also confirms it expelled 4 recruits who did not meet eligibility requirements. Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Is there some hope for the federal government shutdown? This week, KIRO News Radio asked Senator Patty Murray if she had spoken to Washington's 2 Republican representatives in Congress.
Well, the 2 House members are home on vacation, so they're not here. So that is challenging. If they were here, I would say to them, in your congressional districts, you have the most people per capita who rely on tax credits and Medicaid who are going to be suffering.
But Republican Representative Dan Newhouse is in D.C. His office says he's working on setting up a meeting with Senator Murray. Now to your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. We've got a major backup on I-5. We don't know what it is about, but we'll be looking out for you. Otherwise, for your forecast on this Friday morning, it's cloudy right now. We've got some scattered showers later today, but hopefully it will be dry for game day. Right now, it's about 51 in downtown Seattle. Coming up, Chris Sullivan with the choke point. We survived the month of hell back during the summer. Now Revive I-5 is back for 6 weeks. Details on that next. You're listening to KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This hour of Seattle's Morning News is brought to you by Closets by Design Seattle.
55-yard interception return by Easley.
Celebrating 50 years of Seahawks football. Number 45, Kenny Easley. As pure an athlete as has ever played, saw him the very first day at training camp after his first-round draft choice. All of us veterans looked at each other and said, we've got something here, and we sure did.
The Seahawks are in Jacksonville, facing the up-and-coming Jaguars on Sunday. Kickoff at 10 a.m., pregame at 7.
Right here on KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM.
Spike O'Neill here with Dr. Matthew Sharp of Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens. Doc, the one question I keep getting is, was it painful? Should I be nervous about the procedure for a refractive lens exchange? Do you get that question a lot?
Well, definitely, Spike. And I would expect everyone to be a little bit nervous about this. This is a procedure on your eyes. When you come, I think you'll be very comforted by our team. A little bit of medication under the tongue or orally so that you get nice and relaxed. Procedure itself typically takes between 5 and 7 minutes, is utterly painless before, during, and after the procedure. So once they're done, the most common thing we hear by far is, I can't believe it was that easy. I can't believe I waited that long to have this done.
Do what I did. Schedule a consultation to learn everything you need to know from the best. Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens. 425-451-2020. That's 425-451-2020. Or go online to sharp-vision.com. Sharp with an E-vision.com. Official eye care providers of Sounders FC.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
You're miracle workers.
Don't know about that.
My drain was clogged.
Right.
You came in a jiffy.
And got right to work?
Now it's clear.
It's what we do.
Like I said, you're miracle workers.
Actually, we're plumbers.
Apollo plumbers.
You want to see some real miracle workers?
Huh?
Just take a look at Seattle Children's.
Sure.
They're all hope, care, and cure.
All true.
And together, we can help them.
How so?
Your service fee?
Yeah?
Apollo Plumbing is donating it.
To benefit Seattle Children's Hospital.
We're donating all our service fees.
All month.
To help Seattle Children's provide outstanding care and support research.
And ensure no child in need is ever turned away.
That's the goal.
Gotta love that.
Gotta love the work they do at Seattle Children's.
So, I call, you come.
Apollo donates your service fee. All our service fees.
All month?
All the way to $20,000.
That's so Apollo Plumbing.
Always ready, right now.
You really are miracle workers.
Aren't we all?
Maybe so.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Charlie Harger and Manda Factor, Seattle's morning news.
Hey, oh, let's go.
Now, Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
Presented by Carter Subaru.
Well, you survived what Sully called the month of hell when northbound I-5 was reduced to 2 lanes over the summer. Guess what? Revive I-5 is back for another 6 weekends of work. Spill the details, Sully.
And this one's going to be in the southbound direction. But I want to remind everybody what they did in August, in July and August. The workers replaced 5 expansion joints, installed 94 new drains during that month-long project earlier this year. They also resurfaced about 900 feet of the bridge deck. Well, contractors are back this weekend for the first of 6 weekend projects in the southbound direction of I-5 across the Ship Canal Bridge. Washington Department of Transportation's Tom Pierce says the focus this time again will remain on the drainage system.
We need weekend-long closures to do this work because we have to get in there. We've got to saw cut out the old drain. We've got to put in the new. We've got to pour the concrete. And we need a couple of lanes just so we have a good, safe work zone for the workers.
These lane reductions will start in the U District and extend south to about the 520 interchange. Now, those lane reductions usually will start about 10 p.m. on Friday nights. But there is a Husky game in Montlake this Friday, tomorrow, against Rutgers. So WashDOT's Pierce says the contractor won't start until after the game.
The Huskies play on Friday night, and our contractor actually is going to start work a little bit later on Friday night, an hour or maybe 2 later. than they normally would on a Friday night, just to allow the traffic to clear Husky Stadium.
Mariners playoff game should not be impacted by this because everybody had better get their butts in their seats earlier than that. And by 10 o'clock at night or so or later, we will have already won and then moved
also,
on.
Also, no butts in seats. Everyone's got to be standing up the whole time.
Yeah, sorry, forgot about that. 2 lanes are going to remain closed from tomorrow night through early Monday morning. There are 3 weekend projects this month, one in each of November, December, and January. You can see the entire schedule at mynorthwest.com. There are no Hawks or Husky games on those weekends. Not sure about where we're going to be when we play in the ALCS and the World Series. So we'll keep that in mind. Positive.
I love it.
This will also impact what we normally see in the express lanes this weekend.
We're also going to have the express lanes open southbound 24 hours a day during this work. That's going to provide a good alternative for people who are headed south of downtown.
Those express lanes, will not be available northbound for the duration of this weekend. Pierce says contractor did the work in July and August back for this series of closures, which always makes things a little bit more efficient.
Anytime you do road work, you're going to learn things that you can apply to future work. So our contractor did pick up some things that are going to help them work more efficiently as they replace the drains.
All right, now to look forward, like a little bit forward past right now. As I said, there are 6 weekend closures, all southbound, coming up with 2-lane restrictions. So that's what's starting now. But what we experienced this year and are going to experience coming up for the rest of the year is just the tip of the iceberg, because northbound I-5 across the Ship Canal Bridge will be down to just 2 lanes for 2 4-month-long projects next year.
Do we really have to start talking about that?
Yes, well, I'm trying to get you in the back of your mind, only taking a break for the World Cup in June. And then in 2027, I know that's a little longer range, but southbound I-5 across the Ship Canal Bridge is going to be reduced to just 2 lanes for 8 straight months.
Fun.
So
put it on your calendar.
That's the next 2 years. It's going to be very difficult getting into and through the Seattle area. So we've had a taste, and then the next couple of years are going to be rough.
I noticed this week, I get down here to the radio station at about 2 a.m. I noticed the 2 left lanes coming southbound over the Ship Canal have been closed every morning, it seems, when I'm on my way in. Is that just preparations for kind of these closures?
That, and they've also have some work sometimes across 520 where they have to do some lane reductions, maybe to block off people from going eastbound on 520. So yeah, there's a lot of work to be done. And again, we're racing the weather on this, but yeah, so we'll see. Again, 2 lanes southbound out of commission this full weekend, but after the Huskies game tomorrow night. So, be prepared. Go to mynorthwest.com, get a full look at what they're doing and the official weekends of closure. So,
okay, but wait, there's more. Could be a little messy for all southbound drivers through Seattle. Another full closure on I-405 is scheduled. Here's KIRO News Radio's Nate Connors.
More work on the massive 405 widening project brings a full closure on southbound 405 between Cold Creek Parkway and Northeast 30th. Crews are excavating for drainage, repaving, and conducting a traffic switch. The closure starts Friday at midnight through 4 a.m. Monday. This will send all those drivers over to I-5 through Seattle this weekend, so plan accordingly. Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
For your KIRO News Radio forecast, increasing showers today. The rain will be mainly to the north of T-Mobile Park by first pitch. We'll see rain again tomorrow and Sunday with cool temperatures. Right now, it's about 51 in downtown Seattle. Coming up, KIRO News Radio's Paul Holden with your weekend planner. I'm Katrina Gashard. You're listening to KIRO News Radio.
Hey, Brock Ewart here. It's such a joy for me to be joined by Shannon O'Kelly, President and CEO of IRG Physical and Hand Therapy. Shannon, I've heard so much about traveling physical therapists. What's that mean to you and IRG?
That's a great question, Brock. Traveling physical therapy right now, I think, is a fad, and a lot of young therapists are doing it, but they're missing opportunities that we provide here at IRG. And those things we provide at IRG are really important, and that's being part of a team and treating patients, building relationships, engaging with our community. That is so important. The other thing is they're not getting paid time off. A crew are paid time off, and they do not get continuing education, professional growth, and that is so important as a young therapist to have access to professional growth. The other thing is we have an enhanced compensation program here at IRG that our physical therapists, our occupational therapists can increase their earnings by engagement, outcomes and intervention. That's what we're all about. We're about building a great culture for young therapists and all clinicians to work here.
Openings across the whole company. Head over to irgpt.com/careers, irgpt.com/careers.
Did you know September is historically one of the strongest months to sell a home, and there's typically a post-Labor Day boost that runs through October and sometimes even later. So is now the time to sell your home, and how much is it worth? Well, get an estimate of your home's value instantly at sellwithwest.com. If you want local expertise, someone who actually knows what's happening with the housing market in your neighborhood, there's no one more local than West Jones. Go to sellwithwest.com, sellwithwest.com, and start by using their free home value calculator to see what your home is worth. It might be worth more than you think. You'll get so much more than just a number from West Jones. We're talking about recent sales in your neighborhood, the market temperature in your city, side-by-side comparisons of multiple online estimates. You can even calculate how much equity you have, and even a breakdown of how your home's value has changed over time. Go to sellwithwest.com, type in your address, and bam, you'll have instant access to all of this and more. It's fast, easy, it's local. Sellwithwest.com, a better way to sell your home.
Out at the Wilcox family farm, our hens roam freely on fresh green pasture. But that means predators like coyotes and eagles are always nearby. That's where our team of Great Pyrenees help out. These gentle giants were born to protect, and they become a part of our family. Raised alongside the chickens from puppyhood. Our hens are raised humanely, our practices are organic, and our promise is simple. Fresh eggs straight from our farm to your table. Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
Life's expensive enough, isn't it? Groceries, gas, kids' activities. Sometimes your roof needs replacing, but your budget says not now. Hi, I'm Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. We want to help with an offer to lift that weight off your shoulders. Get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months. Or save up to $3,000 on a new roof today. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
Do you ever lose your balance or feel dizzy for no apparent reason? Do you hear ringing in your ears or have migraines? These are all signs you could have a problem with your inner ear or vestibular system. To learn more, call the Vestibular Disorders Helpline at 800-837-8428. That's 800-837-8428. Sponsored by the Vestibular Disorders Association.
You're miracle workers.
Don't know about that.
My drain was clogged.
Right.
You came in a jiffy.
And got right to work?
Now it's clear.
It's what we do.
Like I said, you're miracle workers.
Actually, we're plumbers.
Apollo plumbers.
You want to see some real miracle workers?
Huh?
Just take a look at Seattle Children's.
Sure.
They're all hope, care, and cure.
All true.
And together, we can help them.
How so?
Your service fee?
Yeah?
Apollo Plumbing is donating it.
To benefit Seattle Children's Hospital.
We're donating all our service fees.
All month.
To help Seattle Children's provide outstanding care and support research.
And ensure no child in need is ever turned away.
That's the goal.
Gotta love that.
Gotta love the work they do at Seattle Children's.
So, I call, you come.
Apollo donates your service fee. All our service fees.
All month?
All the way to $20,000.
That's so Apollo Plumbing.
Always ready, right now.
You really are miracle workers.
Aren't we all?
Maybe so.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
It's about grit.
Leonard Williams drags him down.
Running through whatever gets in your way.
The handoff to Charbonnet. Stiff arms a man, turns, first down. Oh my goodness! What a blast!
Fighting for every yard.
The handoff to Walker. He breaks a tackle, comes back to the near side, stumbles across the 10, breaks the tackle. Touchdown! Seahawks!
And a drive that never ends. Celebrating 50 seasons of Seahawks football. Visit Seahawks.com/tickets today.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Now is your time to get into a new D.R. Horton home by taking advantage of its National Red Tag Sales event going on right now through October 19th. Stop by any of its participating communities and find select Red Tag homes at incredible pricing. So whether you're buying your first home or looking for an upgrade, you don't want to miss the Red Tag Sales event going on right now. Discover the D.R. Horton difference at drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder and equal housing opportunity builder.
With Amazon Business, smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast. Free up your teams and focus on your future. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Tired of uneven home heating and high energy bills? The Quilt Ductless Heat Pump from Home Comfort Alliance gives you room-by-room control and serious savings. Visit homecomfortalliance.com.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. The deal to end the war in Gaza and bring hostages home is moving ahead after the Israeli government approved the agreement. But amid the optimism, there's still uncertainty over some of the details of the deal. CBS's Weija Jang has more reaction from the White House.
On Inauguration Day, President Trump shared this goal.
My proudest legacy will be that of a peacemaker and unifier.
Less than 1 year later.
What do you guys have to say to President Trump? Thank you.
Trump is on the brink of a breakthrough in the war in Gaza, securing the release of Israeli hostages within days.
Washington State Republican Congressman Michael Baumgardner tells the Jason Rand Show on Seattle Red 770 AM we should have some skepticism about Hamas.
Certainly there's going to be some bumps in the road, but I don't think you can understate how significant what is happening right now is for the future of the Middle East.
Hamas said it had agreed to a deal that will lead to the end of the war in Gaza with the withdrawal of Israeli troops and the entry of aid into Gaza and the exchange of prisoners for hostages. The government shutdown is now in its 10th day with Republicans and Democrats locked into a stalemate.
It's estimated 3.8 million Americans won't be able to afford insurance without the tax credit, including 2 million by next year.
We're dealing with a Republican-created health care crisis.
For now, food banks around the country are bracing for higher demand from hundreds of thousands of federal workers who could be going without pay. And all eyes are on air travel, with the shutdown straining the air traffic control system and the TSA.
Here in Washington, Seattle police are searching for a suspect after a deadly shooting rocked Capitol Hill Thursday night. The shooting happened near Broadway and East Pike Street, killing one victim and injuring another. This witness tells KIRO 7 TV.
We took cover behind this brick column right behind you here once we realized that it was actually gunfire and not something else.
One victim was shot once in the torso and several times in the back. He was taken to the hospital where he died from his injuries. The second victim, a bystander, took themselves to the hospital with a gunshot wound to the leg. It's unclear what led up to the shooting. In Thurston County, deputies are investigating a hit and run. KIRO 7 TV's Eric Thomas has details.
This is at Yelm Highway Southeast and Donovan Drive Southeast, where the sheriff says a Kia-like sedan hit a person in the crosswalk while they were walking their dog. That person seriously hurt, and sadly, the dog did pass away while the driver took off.
There's a temporary reprieve for Washington's WIC program.
Last week, the state said the WIC program, which helps low-income families with formula, breastfeeding support, and healthy food, was about to run out of money because of the government shutdown. But now the state health department says it has secured funding from the USDA to keep the food benefits program going through the end of October. This program serves more than 200,000 people in Washington. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
It's game day for the Mariners, and one fan is dealing with crime in the midst of this amazing postseason run. KIRO 7 TV's Jason Sloss reports someone stole from his collection of M's gear.
Mercer Island resident Daniel Carroll is a die-hard Mariners fan. His week started on a high note, the M's winning Game 2 against Detroit on Sunday. But then Monday morning, heartache after Carroll went to his storage unit in his apartment building.
Noticed that the latch here had just been pried off.
He says someone stole about 24 jerseys and shirts, some that were custom-made with heavy sentimental value. He still has a few treasured items not kept in the storage room, including a jersey he'll wear for Game 5.
For your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic right now, Tacoma to Seattle about 35 minutes, Puyallup to Renton 18, Everett to Bellevue about 29 minutes right now. And for your forecast, we've got showers today. The rain will be mainly north of the stadium by first pitch. We'll see rain tomorrow and Sunday with cooler temperatures. Right now, it's about 51 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard. You're listening to KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Fall is in full swing, and if you're still looking for something fun to do, KIRO News Radio's Paul Holden has you covered.
It's Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday, what? It's Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday, what?
There might only be one thing on the mind of Mariners fans this weekend, but that's not the only big thing happening. The Halloween fun continues as spooky season is well underway. In Tacoma, Freight House Square has turned into Fright House Square once again, with the event website hyping up new rooms, new frights, and a redesigned queue area. Plan ahead and get your tickets before you go. Hop aboard the Halloween train at the Snoqualmie Depot in Snoqualmie Valley to soak up all the fall colors during the 2-hour round-trip ride. Along the way, you'll enjoy a stopover at the Railway History Campus, where you'll have seasonal activities. Costumes are encouraged no matter your age, and you'll want to buy a ticket ahead of time. At the Seattle Chinese Garden, you can take a journey through the Forest of Shadows, where illusions will trick your senses as hidden creatures follow you each and every step. Do you dare take the trail? Get tickets and more at the event's website. We most likely have had our last 70-degree day, and the amount of daylight is less and less. So make sure you get your fix of outside fun during a free day at Washington State Parks. Today is World Mental Health Day, and if you need a break from the madness, get out and enjoy a state park. No discovery pass needed. Maybe a hike will help calm the nerves before first pitch. Make sure to plan ahead for parking and weather. At the Rainier Beach Community Club this weekend, it is the 9th Cascadia Poetry Festival. Here, poets can share their work and learn from other poets during panels, workshops, and performances. According to the event's website, the festival is about exploring poetry and its connection to the environmental, political, historical, and sociological pursuits within the Cascadia bioregion. You can get details on the poets attending and more on the event's website. At the Seattle Center, Turkfest will be taking over for 2 days of food, dancing, music, and Turkish culture. This is the 25th anniversary of the event that features live music, the food court with Turkish coffee, and the Turkish tea corner. That also includes a fresh bakery. There'll also be a child corner as well. The event is free to attend. Green Lake will be hosting the Seattle Water Lantern Festival this weekend. With your ticket, you will get a lantern kit that you and the family can decorate or write a message on before sending it out on the water. There will also be a scavenger hunt, food trucks, vendors, and more, giving you plenty to do during your night of reflection. If you're a sports fan this weekend, it's a busy one. There's a pretty big baseball game going down tonight at T-Mobile Park as the Mariners and Tigers face off in Game 5 of the ALDS. The University of Washington Huskies take on Rutgers tonight at 6. The Seattle Kraken are back in action, taking on the Vegas Golden Knights on Saturday at 7. And on the pitch this weekend, the Seattle Reign take on Bay FC tonight at 7:30, and the Sounders take on Real Salt Lake tomorrow at 6:30. Don't forget, tons of local farms are doing pumpkin patches, hay rides, corn mazes, and more fall fun. So make sure to search for the closest one near you and get out there and enjoy with the family. What Halloween plans do you have cooking? Let me know at paulh@KIRORadio.com. Paul Holden, KIRO News Radio.
Coming up, we'll have national headlines. I'm Katrina Gashard. You're listening to KIRO News Radio.
That sensation we're all feeling right now?
It's the playoffs, man.
That's playoff fever.
Mariners are good. They're going to win at home, and then we all won.
Yes. They're the talk of the town.
So excited I can hardly stand it.
KIRO News Radio has all the Mariners buzz.
Some of us even ate dirt. Some of us try to sway the outcome.
And our partner Seattle Sports has the games.
A winning solution. Hearing Rick call
You're gonna want to hear
home run. You talk about a no-doubter.
Listen free on the Seattle Sports app.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
If you use the SR 167 Express toll lanes after October 20th without a Good to Go account, you'll receive a bill in the mail. That is a change. A Good to Go pass saves $2 on every toll. That is not a change. Learn more at goodtogo167.com.
Getting a flu shot helps us stay healthy, so we don't miss out on what matters. Like that family movie night your daughter can't live without. Yeah, can't do that. Every year, millions of people in the U.S. get the flu. Especially now, no one has time to miss out on moments that matter. So get your flu shot. Find out more at getmyflushot.org. Brought to you by the AMA, CDC, and the Ad Council.
Spike O'Neill here with Dr. Matthew Sharp, owner of Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens. Dr. Sharp, I was amazed at how comfortable and at ease I was at my procedure in your office.
We have done a lot of these procedures. We'd like to help everyone we can, and it's something that when we're with the patient, we are just focused on that patient and getting them through it comfortably, meeting their needs and communicating effectively with them.
And you've done multiple tens of thousands of these procedures.
Yeah, I personally have done over 100,000 LASIK EVO PRK procedures, and my partners also have done thousands of the refractive lens exchange cataract procedures. This procedure's been honed and refined, so we're always trying to push the field further to get better and better results and happier patients.
Call Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens today at 425-451-2020. Schedule a consultation or go to sharpvision.com. That's sharp-vision.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shelley Flace with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. The nicotine in e-cigarettes is addictive and can harm brain development. That's why I worry about teens who try e-cigarettes. Many young people use pod-based e-cigarettes like Juul, which have high levels of nicotine. And because teens' brains are still developing, they can quickly become addicted. The tobacco industry uses fruit and candy flavors to attract young people, often turning them into lifelong users. For more, visit healthychildren.org.
Out at the Wilcox family farm, our hens roam freely on fresh green pasture. But that means predators like coyotes and eagles are always nearby. That's where our team of Great Pyrenees help out. These gentle giants were born to protect, and they become a part of our family, raised alongside the chickens from puppyhood. Our hens are raised humanely, our practices are organic, and our promise is simple: fresh eggs straight from our farm to your table. Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
Experience the thrill of seeing orcas and humpback whales with Puget Sound Express. Join their family-run tours for guaranteed whale sightings, departing daily from Edmonds. These are Seattle's most popular and well-reviewed whale tours. Book now at PugetSoundExpress.com.
CBS News Brief. The Israeli armies declared a ceasefire in Gaza underway. Israelis and Palestinians both hopeful.
Such a happy moment for all Israelis and for all the Middle East.
I'm so happy the war is over, she said. I hope I can return to my normal life, my school, and my home.
President Trump's effort to bring the two sides together snubbed. The Nobel Peace Prize goes to Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado. CBS's Vicki Barker.
The committee praising Machado for uniting the opposition around shared democratic values.
At a time when democracy is under threat.
The Columbus Day weekend is here, and the government shutdown could pose a problem for holiday travelers. CBS's Michael Toscano.
The FAA has been flagging air traffic control facilities for low staffing levels in recent days, as some air traffic controllers expected to work despite not getting paid call in sick instead.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
For your KIRO News Radio forecast, we've got some increasing showers today. The rain will be mainly to the north of T-Mobile Park by first pitch. We'll see rain this weekend with cooler temperatures. Right now, it's about 51 in downtown Seattle. Coming up, Seattle City Council member Bob Kettle on the government shutdown and the National Guard troops in Democratic cities, plus everything else being discussed by the Seattle City Council. I'm Katrina Gashard. You're listening to KIRO News Radio.
The stock market's on fire. AI stocks are performing at all-time levels. We hope you, like many of our
our investors have taken advantage of it. A famous man once said, buy low, sell high. There's also $8 trillion of cash sitting on the sidelines. Investors are either scared or they don't know where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares profit with our investors. We've been doing it for 19 years, averaging double-digit returns with zero investor losses. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital and invest in our family of funds. From a 3-year investment with double-digit returns to only a 90-day commitment returning 7%. We also accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
You're miracle workers.
Don't know about that.
My drain was clogged.
Right.
You came in a jiffy.
And got right to work.
Now it's clear.
It's what we do.
Like I said, you're miracle workers.
Actually, we're plumbers.
Apollo plumbers.
You want to see some real miracle workers?
Huh?
Just take a look at Seattle Children's.
Sure.
They're all hope, care, and cure.
All true.
And together, we can help them.
How so?
Your service fee?
Yeah.
Apollo Plumbing is donating it.
To benefit Seattle Children's Hospital.
We're donating all our service fees.
All month.
To help Seattle Children's provide outstanding care and support research.
And ensure no child in need is ever turned away.
That's the goal.
Gotta love that.
Gotta love the work they do at Seattle Children's.
So, I call, you come.
Apollo donates your service fee. All our service fees.
All month?
All the way to $20,000.
That's so Apollo Plumbing.
Always ready, right now.
You really are miracle workers.
Aren't we all?
Maybe so.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Seattle's Morning News on KIRO News Radio.
Well, a government shutdown, a battle over National Guard troops in our neighboring city of Portland, as Seattle Mayor Bruce Harrell signs an executive order protecting communities in the city from what he calls unlawful federal troop deployment. That order signed alongside members of the Seattle City Council, including Councilmember Bob Kettle, who joins us once again here on Seattle's Morning News. Good morning, Councilmember Kettle.
Good morning, Amanda. Good to see you again.
Nice to have you with us. Let's start with the executive order from the mayor. What all is included in it, and how's the City Council involved?
I have them both actually with me right now for, I know we're on radio, but for those on YouTube, I do have them right in front of me. And basically it's about organizing our city, and doing due diligence. And, as I used to say, contingency planning, con planning. There's really two parts. One is the, related to the immigrant and refugee community. And then the second one is related to the National Guard. And that's one that, both of them, we're going to be overall as a council engaging with, but from a public safety side, like the area that I work, I'll be working those pieces specifically.
Can you give any more details?
Well, part of this is organizing, basically getting the word out to the communities that are involved in terms of immigration and refugee communities. So part of that is the engagement, know your rights and all those pieces. And then there's a second piece related to, federal law enforcement and how to engage with federal law enforcement, how to deconflict and so forth. The hard part here is that there's been basically zero communication from the federal government, and that makes it harder. And I suspect there will be no communication if indeed, there was to be some increased federal law enforcement or National Guard action here in Seattle.
What do you make of the president saying things like Seattle and Portland are cities on fire and a disaster?
Well, I've got three main things, and this is one of them. Basically, we're being gaslit. 2003, 2004, I lived in Baghdad. I understand where war zone is, with the mortars coming in and artillery shells and, VBIDs and the like, explosions all the time. That's not what we have here. Do we have our challenges in public safety with disorder and the like? Yes. But basically, it's gaslighting, and it's frustrating because we are taking such strong actions here in Seattle. I have a list in front of me that, we're nearly 30 pieces of legislation related to public safety. We're really changing the dynamic. We're increasing the staffing of the Seattle Police Department. We're out from the consent decree, which shows the work that was done there. So we're taking all these actions that are basically put us on the right path compared to where we were 5 years ago and the poor decisions that were made in the city at that time. And so, part of me feels like, hey, we're moving in this new direction. We have the issues from our past, but then I'm getting it from the right too, from the federal government, which is really unfortunate because at the end of the day, I think it's gaslighting.
We know the Seattle Police Department has been stretched very thin over the past several years. What is staffing like at this point?
Well, it's improving. We're net. We're going to be over 100 net by the end of the year. And so it's improving. And what it allows for, by the way, Amanda, is that we now have a second bike team in Belltown. So that goes to the points. We have these areas of disorder. And so we're working with West Precinct, for example. I engage on behalf of my constituents, but also as the committee chair. And so we're bringing these new officers on board. And that over time allows different things like bringing a second bike team. And that's really important in terms of engaging the drug market. So that's where it's making a difference in terms of, how we've been and where we're moving towards as a city.
There are some people who say crime is out of control in Seattle. Wouldn't federal troops help? Is there any circumstance under which you would back that up?
Two things on this point, Amanda. One is if you're going to get federal law enforcement support, we need DEA. We need the Drug Enforcement Agency. We need ATF, the Agency for Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives. That's what we need. We need the FBI. And what we need is intersecting, the guns and the drugs that are coming up the I-5 corridor across state lines or across 90 and the like. These are the things that we need from the federal government. And when it comes to the National Guard, and this is quite personal to me, the military is for our nation. It is for red, white, and blue America. And when it's being used in essentially a partisan way, because we are being gaslit, partisan way, what that means is it's being kind of co-opted into a political, and essentially a performative way. And so, but our military is not for red state America or red county America. It's not for blue state America or blue county America. It's for the red, white, and blue of America. And if we undercut that idea by employing it in such a manner, that's going to have negative consequences long term. And as a veteran, that's very, very concerning to me.
Talking with Seattle City Council member Bob Kettle, I want to switch gears and talk about the government shutdown. Lawmakers in D.C., no one's budging on talks to fund the government. How is this affecting the city of Seattle now?
Well, it's going to start affecting, for one thing, let's start with the federal employees. These people work hard across the board. It's not just the Jackson building. I recently got my passport renewed. There's that there on Fifth Avenue. So there's those people, and they've lost they're basically furloughed and potentially may lose their jobs. So that has an impact in terms of traffic downtown, spending downtown. You have all those pieces. And then one of the big areas is in terms of travel. For Seattleites who want to go somewhere with the shutdown, that impacts what's happening with TSA and our air system and air traffic system. And so, that is really important for us in terms of, the impacts that separately there's other areas too, but those are two, good examples.
Is there something the council can actually do to help prevent some of that fallout?
Well, we are, as part of the budget process, we have our new B&O tax, which does have an element of basically creating a fund to backstop any federal shortfalls. And the way I look at that could be in terms of, FEMA. People don't think about it, but we get a lot of grants from FEMA. And if this gets shut down, and with the actions of the federal government, we may lose all that funding. So we have backstops for that. But it's also for the human services side, for different food programs and housing programs. Housing is another area where, there's different monies that come through. And if that gets cut, that's going to have a major impact us on long term in terms of the combination of the shutdown plus actions being taken before and after and during, and maybe taking advantage of the shutdown as well.
All right. Just about out of time, but two more things. One, kudos for being prepared with your documents to be shown on YouTube, because not everyone knows that we do the show live on YouTube too. So good job. And here on Seattle's Morning News, we've kind of been all counseling each other this morning. How are you feeling about Game 5 tomorrow at home, 5:06 first pitch? Are the Mariners going to get her done?
I believe so. And by the way, I was watching Attorney General Brown talking about having the angst of doing the ceremonial first pitch, and he's done it twice. Well, yours truly has done it once earlier this year during the Red Sox series in June, and so right now we need the Mariners, again for YouTube. We need the Mariners to take on the Blue Jays and ALCS and make it to the World Series.
Excellent. Go Mariners. We really appreciate your time as always. Come back anytime, okay?
Thank you very much. I really appreciate the opportunity to speak to the issues.
All right. Councilmember Bob Kettle, we appreciate it.
For your KIRO News Radio forecast, increasing showers today. The rain will be mainly north of the park by first pitch. We'll see rain tomorrow and Sunday with cooler temperatures. Right now, it's about 51 in downtown Seattle. Coming up, more of the day's top stories on Seattle's Morning News. I'm Katrina Gashard. You're listening to KIRO News Radio.
As things escalate in Portland,
it looks like a war zone.
Seattle's Morning News speaks with Washington State Attorney General Nick Brown.
We've been preparing for this sort of thing from the beginning.
Live in studio.
How does your office game plan if the president were to say today, Seattle, you're next?
It's not lawful to do it in the way that the presidents do it. That is why multiple judges across the country have found it unlawful, including judges appointed by the president himself.
See the full conversation on the KIRO News Radio YouTube page. KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Vanity Fair calls BritBox a delicious streamer. Collider says everyone should be watching. Catch Britain's next best series with BritBox. Stream acclaimed new originals like Code of Silence.
You read lips, right?
And Linley, based on the best-selling mystery series.
Say hi, Linley. Take it from here.
And don't miss the new season of Karen Piri, coming this October.
You don't look like police. I'll take that as a compliment.
See it differently when you stream the best of British TV with BritBox. Watch with a free trial today.
You're miracle workers.
Don't know about that.
My drain was clogged.
Right.
You came in a jiffy.
And got right to work?
Now it's clear.
It's what we do.
Like I said, you're miracle workers.
Actually, we're plumbers.
Apollo plumbers.
You want to see some real miracle workers?
Huh?
Just take a look at Seattle Children's.
Sure.
They're all hope, care, and cure.
All true.
And together, we can help them.
How so?
Your service fee?
Yeah?
Apollo Plumbing is donating it.
To benefit Seattle Children's Hospital.
We're donating all our service fees.
All month.
To help Seattle Children's provide outstanding care and support research.
And ensure no child in need is ever turned away.
That's the goal.
Gotta love that.
Gotta love the work they do at Seattle Children's.
So, I call, you come.
Apollo donates your service fee. All our service fees.
All month?
All the way to $20,000.
That's so Apollo Plumbing.
Always ready, right now.
You really are miracle workers.
Aren't we all?
Maybe so.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
IRG Physical and Hand Therapy doesn't just treat injuries, they elevate athletes. From weekend warriors to elite competitors, IRG Sports Institute clinics are built for performance, blending top-tier physical therapy with advanced sports science and personalized training plans. Hey, Brock Hewitt here with Shannon O'Kelly, physical therapist and owner of IRG Physical and Hand Therapy. Why? Why elevate athletes as well?
Because here at IRG, Brock, our motto is we want you to be your best self, your best physical self, your best mental self, and your best community self. At our new IRG Fremont Sports Institute, we're providing that type of care. We've got the latest equipment, the greatest techniques, the providers there that are excited to get you better, basically bigger, faster, stronger. Doesn't matter if you're a weekend warrior, a recreational athlete, an elite athlete, we will make you to be your best.
You'll work with specialists who understand the grind because they've been there. With access to cutting-edge equipment and recovery techniques, you won't just heal, you'll come back stronger. Visit IRGPT.com, IRGPT.com.
Chris Domine is a husband and a father. Chris is an athlete. Chris is even an Ironman. But 10 years ago, Chris was facing a very different story because his kidneys were failing.
Basically, the doctor said, if you don't get a kidney transplant and if you don't do dialysis, you are going to die.
Fortunately, Chris received a second chance at life, made possible by an organ donor.
You know, your well-being changes from loss of hope to better times ahead.
More than 100 million people in America are registered organ, eye, and tissue donors. People of every age and ethnicity, because they believe it's the right thing to do. Imagine what you can make possible by leaving behind the gift of life. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Health Resources and Services Administration.
Hartley here from Wilcox Family Farms. I'm so excited to have my cousin Amelia with me today. So, how many chickens do you think there are on the farm?
3,000?
What do you think chickens eat?
Grass.
What else?
Seed.
So do you know what organic eggs are?
The ones that you put in brownies?
Yes, the ones you put in brownies.
We hope you choose fresh eggs from our family farm.
Wilcox Family Farms eggs, locally fresh
since 1909.
During the month of October, for every new Kia we sell, Kia of Everett will donate to local breast cancer research and support programs. Let's do this. Kia of Everett, simple, easy, fun.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. A ceasefire in Gaza took effect this morning after Israel's government formally approved an agreement with Hamas on the first phase of President Trump's peace plan. This Israeli man waiting for the hostages.
We hope that he returns safe and sound, and we wish that with God's help, within the next 2 or 3 days, we will see him.
Thousands of Palestinians who'd gathered in central Gaza are marching northward.
Even if the house is destroyed, even if it's just rubble, we'll go back, put up a tent, and return to our people.
Correspondent Weijia Jiang at the White House.
President Trump says he will leave on Sunday for the Middle East, where he will attend the signing of the peace deal agreement in Egypt and address the Knesset, Israel's parliament in Jerusalem. He plans to be there when the hostages are released.
The White House is blaming politics after the Nobel Committee passed over the president and awarded this year's Peace Prize to Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado.
Thank you so much, but I hope you understand this is a movement. This is an achievement of a whole society. I am just, one person.
It's day 10 of a government shutdown here in the U.S., and travelers may face holdups as the Columbus Day weekend begins.
52,000 flights are scheduled today to handle the moderate surge, but the FAA has been flagging air traffic control facilities for low staffing levels in recent days, as some air traffic controllers expected to work despite not getting paid call in sick instead.
CBS's Michael Toscano. More of us are falling behind on car payments.
More than 6% of subprime auto loans are 60 days or more overdue. That's a record. 1.7 million cars were repossessed last year, the most since 2009, the Great Recession. Higher car prices and interest rates have more buyers stretching their budgets and taking out longer loans. Some can't keep up. Consumer Reports Autos editor Keith Barry.
Get pre-approved for a loan, put down as much money as you can, and avoid those long-term loans.
Experience says the average interest rate on a used car loan is 12%. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
The latest French export, a scented stamp. Vicki Barker is at the foreign desk this morning.
After l'amour, the French love their wine, their cheese, and their croissants, those crescent-shaped breakfast pastries found on cafe tables across the land. And now, the French Post Office has created a special edition scratch and sniff airmail postage stamp that emits the scent of a croissant.
Dow futures are up 61. S&P futures ahead 2. NAS futures up 5. This is CBS News.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Not only does Progressive let you bundle your insurance, they also give you round-the-clock protection. Quote today at Progressive.com.
Well, good morning. It is Friday. It's 6:03. It's do or die day for the Mariners. Luke Ducey is already out at T-Mobile. We'll check in with him in a couple of minutes. But first, we have a big issue on the roads this morning, Chris Sullivan.
Yeah, we've got a 12-mile backup, bumper to bumper, northbound I-5 that starts in Fife and goes all the way up to the Kent Des Moines Road for a crash investigation. This is a fatal crash involving a motorcycle. It's about 2 hours and 10 minutes to go from Tacoma to Seattle at this point. That is an hour and 10-minute delay, double plus the normal travel time. It's going to take you at least 35 minutes to get to Federal Way, and then about an hour and 20 just to get into Seattle, an hour alone into South Center. As you would imagine, all the side streets are caught up in this. Plus, we have the bridge strike reductions that we have on northbound 167, so that's not any much faster. It's almost an hour drive from Puyallup to Renton. The further north you get, the better it is, though. From Renton on up, it's only 15 minutes. If you get on at South Center, you're not going to have any issues getting into Seattle. The lake bridges are fine. Coming down out of the north end, only 35 minutes from Everett to Seattle or Bellevue. The Olympia to Tacoma drive is freeway speed. This report brought to you by Home Comfort Alliance. Tired of uneven heating and high energy bills? The Quilt ductless heat pump from Home Comfort Alliance gives you room-by-room control and serious savings. HomeComfortAlliance.com.
Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and MyNorthwest.com.
Live from East Lake Avenue,
Seattle's morning news.
Good morning. It is 6:04. It's Friday, and tonight is the night. The Mariners face the Tigers in a winner-takes-all Game 5 in the American League Division Series. For the loser, the season's over. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is live inside T-Mobile Park this morning with a preview of what could be one of the greatest Mariners games of all time. Good morning, Luke.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Yeah, it really could be. That's the honest truth. And I got to tell you, reporting from inside T-Mobile Park right now on the warning track, just outside the Mariners dugout. For all of you listening, if it sounds like pretty cool, yeah, it's pretty cool. Hey, they're getting things ready here already. Listen to this. See if you can hear this. Yep, they got the fans going on drying out the freshly painted postseason sign on the grass. There's a buzz. There's an energy here at T-Mobile. The roof is closed. The lights are on. The crews are going to start coming out here in a little bit, start working on the field some more. You know, with this series tied 2-2, tonight's game, like you said, could go down in Mariners history, and maybe we'll hear one of those great calls we've heard over the years from Hall of Famers Dave Niehaus and Rick Riz. Remember this one. Bottom of the ninth versus the White Sox, Carlos Guillen hits a walk-off bunt to win the ALDS.
His 0-1 pitch on the way to Carlos. There's a bunt up the first baseline. The Mariners are on their way to the American League Championship. A beautiful bunt by Carlos Guillen. The Mariners sweep the Chicago White Sox.
My, oh my. And you know what? That gets me pumped up every time. And Manda, David, and Sully, I'm going to be playing great calls all morning long. Yay. For all of us to get pumped up. I know, right? This is going to be a fun morning, folks. It's going to be a great morning. But I know a lot of you are nervous. I'm nervous. Manda, are you nervous?
Yep.
Yep. I am too. Butterflies. But check this out. I also spoke with a renowned sports psychologist, Dr. Daniel Wan, out of Murray State, all the way over in Kentucky. He told me how to deal with all that pent-up emotion, the butterflies, the sick feelings that we all have right now.
I always encourage fans to remember that, sure, I mean, of course you want the team to win. I mean, that's why they play the game. But don't get so wrapped up in the outcome that you forget that there's a lot of great things that come with being a fan.
And I told him after he told me that, that's a hard sell. And he agreed. But he also told me what the players are going through right now.
They stay in the moment, absolutely. They are able to sort of compartmentalize the size of the game. They can find ways to slow things down and stay in the moment. That's what they do.
So we've got to slow things down in the studio and out here. We've got to stay in the moment until first pitch, which is 5:08 tonight. Hey, Sound Transit is running special trains to the game tonight. Check out times on their website. You can still buy tickets to the game on the resale market. Lowest I've seen around $225 in the upper deck. Parking, hey, was $60 last night. Sully, I don't know if you've checked and out to see what it is this morning. I saw some signs for $95 this morning near T-Mobile, so that's where we are. I will be checking that all morning. Yeah, right, $100, $95. So coming up at 6:30, like I said, we're going to have a great morning, folks. The Mariners aren't the only team playing this weekend in Seattle, and it means big bucks. We're live inside T-Mobile all morning long. Can you believe it? Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
All right, Luke, has your Dr. Wan ever been a Seattle sports fan?
That's not how we do
it. He's a Royals fan. He's a Kansas City Royals fan, so he kind of understands. He understands, but he does know in the Pacific Northwest, he said, you guys have had it rough. So, yeah,
right.
He knows.
Luke, we'll check back with you soon.
By the way, $50 at the Lumen Field Garage.
I would think that's a deal.
Right now, just across the street. So
go park now. Go park right now.
All right, Luke, thank you very much. We'll get back to you. As he mentioned, it's not just the Mariners. Across the street, the Rain are going to hit the pitch at Lumen Field tonight at 7:30 against Bay FC. Across town, the Huskies kick off at 6, hosting Rutgers at Husky Stadium. Tomorrow, the Sounders play their final home match of the season. It's Real Salt Lake. And the Kraken will host the Vegas Golden Knights tomorrow night at 7. Did we mention they won their home opener for the first time in franchise history, 3-1 over the Ducks.
Beniers in front, they score! That's hockey, baby! Jared McCann, right on the spot, 3-1, Seattle!
That sound courtesy of the NHL, and the Seahawks, they're on the road this weekend, facing the Jaguars Sunday morning at 10 o'clock.
keeping you informed since 1974. This is the city's longest-running radio news show.
Seattle's Morning News on KIRO News Radio.
It's 6:09. It is Friday. It's October 10th. I'm Manda Factor. Charlie Harger will be back next week. And no, we have not flipped formats to a sports station. But that is what is on everyone's mind this weekend. Producer David Burbank is here. Katrina Gishard is at the news desk. Nick Krasha, you're actually going to the game tonight.
I just made a last-minute decision last night. I'm going to go by myself, but I've got people to go hang out with before the game, and I'm going to be surrounded by Mariners fans while I'm there.
And tell me what has happened every time you've gone to a Mariners game this season?
I've gone to 6 games so far this year. My first one was when Sully and I stuck around on that walk-off walk. 1-0 from there. Yeah. I'm 6-0 now after Sunday night, trying to go for 7.
Let's make it 7. Thank you. This hours of Seattle's Morning News is sponsored by American Crawl Space and Pest Control. Coming up, our weekly chat with News Nation host Leland Vittert. We'll talk government shutdown and the ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas, and Katrina with her weekly parenting special. It's now 6:10. There is tragedy in Spanaway this morning. Deputies are investigating a double homicide after a couple was found dead in their home last night. Here's Deputy Carly Capetto.
When deputies arrived, multiple neighbors reported hearing several gunshots coming from the home, and no one was answering the door.
Deputies broke in. They found a 57-year-old man and a 54-year-old woman dead in a bedroom, both with gunshot wounds. While searching the home, deputies found a 14-year-old girl hiding in a bedroom closet. She was not involved in the shooting, released to family members. Deputies are investigating what led to that shooting. And Seattle police searching for a suspect after a shooting rocked Capitol Hill last night. It happened near Broadway and East Pike Street, killing one victim, injuring another. This witness spoke with KIRO 7 TV.
We took cover behind this brick column right behind you here once we realized that it was actually gunfire and not something else.
One victim was shot once in the torso, several times in the back. He was taken to the hospital where he died. The second victim, just a bystander, took themselves to the hospital with a gunshot wound to the leg. It's unclear what led to that shooting. A whistleblower complaint alleges King County's Department of Adult and Juvenile Detention hired more than 100 corrections officers with expired or invalid work visas. KIRO News Radio's Aaron Granillo has the response from jail officials.
King County says it believes the number of affected officers is far lower than reported. In a statement, the county says all officers in question are authorized to work in the U.S., have passed criminal background checks, and are in good standing with the county. Officials admit they may have misapplied a state law that limits who can serve as corrections officers and say they're taking steps to correct the oversights. The State Criminal Justice Training Commission also confirms it expelled 4 recruits who did not meet eligibility requirements. Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
And drivers through Pacific could have some relief sooner than later on Highway 167. We get the update from KIRO News Radio's Nate Connors.
An overheight truck struck the bridge at 3rd Avenue on September 23rd. Since then, northbound 167 has been down to a single lane through Pacific. This weekend, WashDOT plans to reopen another lane and set some girders. They're going to need a full closure to do this. So Saturday night at 10 through 6 a.m. Sunday, all northbound lanes will close and drivers will be detoured to the West Valley Highway. This work is weather dependent. Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
It's now 6:12. Speaking of the weather, let's take a look at it now. It's brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. It's not a bad day. We're going to see some scattered showers, but also sun breaks, so right around 60 for our high. It sounds like the roof might be closed when the game starts tonight, but they could open it later as it's expected to dry out. For tomorrow, look for rain at times 58, and then back to some sun breaks with scattered showers on Sunday and a high of 56. It's 54 in Seattle right now, and it's 6:13. It's time for a check on traffic. We get right back to Chris Sullivan.
Do not get on I-5 northbound if you can.
It's a mess.
If you're coming up from Tacoma, if you do, you're going to be greeted by about a 12-mile backup that starts right about 70th and Fife and goes all the way up to the Kent Des Moines Road at 516 in Kent. This is where only the HOV lane is open, so 4 out of the 5 lanes are blocked for this fatal crash investigation that involves a motorcycle. And so we are looking, right now, I'd probably guesstimated about 2 hours and 20 minutes to go from Tacoma to Seattle. That's about an hour and 20 longer than it should take at this morning. And as you would imagine, 509, 99, all those other side roads are just jammed up trying to make your way around it. If you get on at the Kent Des Moines Road, you can go north. The crash is just before that. The problem is, the Kent Des Moines Road itself is now halfway down the hill towards the golf course, coming up from the valley. So that's not going to be a pleasant trip. You might want to go a little bit further north, maybe all the way up to 405 and around if your goal is to I-5. Looking at 167 itself, because of the lane restrictions we have in Pacific and a little bit in Auburn, it's close to an hour to make that drive from Puyallup to Renton, but that's a 20-minute delay. 20 minutes is better than an hour and 20 minutes in terms of a delay. I'm not good at math, but that seems to pencil out.
Yeah.
Looking at Renton to Bellevue, it's only 15 minutes. Lake bridges are quiet. Coming out of Snohomish County is also very quiet. This report brought to you by Subaru of Puyallup. Traffic is stressful. One thing that's stress-free, pricing on over 300 new Subarus with easy financing at Subaru of Puyallup. Subaru of Puyallup, your stress-free dealership.
It's now 6:15 and a big court loss for a rap star. KIRO News Radio's Katrina Gishard is here.
A federal judge has dismissed Drake's lawsuit against his own record label over a diss track by rapper Kendrick Lamar.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Lamar's song, which he performed at the Super Bowl halftime show.
Hey, Drake, I hear you like I'm young.
It appears to accuse his rival of pedophilia. Drake claimed UMG, which also represents Lamar, knew those accusations were false but released the song anyway. The judge ruled the lyrics were part of a rap battle and an expression of an opinion, not fact. Drake's lawyers say they plan to appeal.
Thanks for the update. It's 6:15.
Seattle's tradition for news and conversation. This is Seattle's Morning News with Charlie Harger and Manda Factor.
Every Friday, we chat with News Nation Chief Washington anchor and On Balance host Leland Vitterts. Leland, good morning.
Good to be with you.
So Israel and Hamas have agreed to the first phase of a peace plan. You were a foreign correspondent for 4 years in Jerusalem. After a long 2 years of fighting, is this going to stick?
Well, we've been down this road before of multiple hostage releases, and then the second phase doesn't happen. The most important part to me of this is, do all the hostages come home? And if they do, that is a unquestionably wonderful thing and something that should be celebrated in a significant way. Beyond that, if you want to be made a fool, predict the future in the Middle East. The shifting sands there are always very real. And I remember back in 2010 when I showed up and there was going to be peace in the Middle East because Barack Obama had given his speech in Cairo and Hillary Clinton was going to negotiate a deal between the Israelis and the Palestinians. Then there was this thing called the Arab Spring, and we had 10 years of revolution and civil war, longer than that, actually. So I am always resident to make any prediction.
Sure. There has been some tense back and forth between President Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu during all of this. How would you characterize their relationship going forward?
Well, what's so different about the Trump-Netanyahu relationship is that this is the first president who has been willing to say to the Israelis things that every other president of both parties wish they could say in public and have not been able to. The reason is because Trump's support of Israel is seen as so ironclad. He is able to push Netanyahu to do things that no other U.S. president would be able to. If that ends up yielding meaningful peace, that is unquestionably a good thing. What I would say is it's already yielded unquestionably good things, including the destruction of the Iranian nuclear program and the Abraham Accords and possible expansion of the Abraham Accords. So in that sense, Donald Trump has been able to do things in the Middle East that nobody else has.
Leland, you write in your newsletter War Notes that the number one story of the week, if not the month or the year, should be the rise of anti-Semitic hate. Why do you say that?
This is more than people not liking somebody because they eat bagels, right? Or you don't let Jews into country clubs. What we are seeing, especially in New York, but in other cities around America, is a open and unapologetic and unabashed call for the killing of more Jews. Okay. On October 7th, 2 years after the largest killing of Jews since the Holocaust, you had people get up in front of thousands in New York and say October 7th wasn't enough. You had chants and calls for the return of Muhammad's army, which was the Muhammad army that slaughtered Jews. Continued calls for the river, from the river to the sea, which is once again a call for the ending or the extermination or the obliteration of the state of Israel from the river to the sea. So if you had a couple of thousand people in Klan hoods marching through New York City, it would be a months-long story. And instead, ABC, NBC, and CBS in their nightly newscasts after those marches in New York that I described didn't devote a single second to it. And you could say, imagine if, well, we don't have to imagine if, after 50 people with tiki torches walked through Charlottesville in 2017, the world melted down for a month. We had to have this national reckoning, and Joe Biden talked about it for 8 years. It shows the level of real danger that is coming to America from the far left, and specifically to American Jews from the far left.
How should this be addressed?
Well, I think, first of all, it needs to be addressed honestly, in that it needs to be treated as if it is a national crisis, which it is. But because the Jews are at risk, it is not being treated that way. That's number one. But number two, I think that it is incumbent upon the same Democratic politicians who told us for so long that silence is violence, that they must stand up to those within their own ranks. And we have seen a pathetic unwillingness to do so by so many Democrats, as evidenced by the fact that the guy who's going to be the New York mayor, it is very difficult to tell his talking points from Hamas's.
Talking with News Nation's Leland Vittert, a new topic, government shutdown. It is in the second week now, no signs of progress. Looking at the history of shutdowns, who's going to cave?
History tells us the Republicans will. Whether or not that's true or not this time, it's very difficult to tell. The air traffic controller issue is a significant one. And we're coming up on when federal workers would be paid. And you're going to start having stories of the hundreds of thousands, I think it's 750,000 federal workers, who will not be paid, plus the military, for their next paycheck. And what I would remind everybody who's, and Republicans like to say this, of, they're federal workers, on and on and on. Federal workers are middle class, working class Americans. There's not some, great wealth that is created by working for the federal government. There is if you go be a member of Congress, not if you actually do a job. And there is going to be a lot of suffering, and there is going to be a lot of stories and pressure because of that suffering to do something to get folks paid.
We're just about out of time, but when I introduced you, I should have said New York Times bestselling author. The book is Born Lucky. When we chatted last week, it had already sold out twice in 2 days. Why do you think your book is resonating with so many people? And we're not just talking about the autism community.
No, this is proof for every parent of a kid who is having a hard time that there is so much that they can do. There is so much agency that parents have. There is so much they can do to help their kids be more. And if you missed out last week when it was sold out on Amazon, it is back in stock on Amazon. We got in another 8,000 or 10,000 copies. So please don't get into a car accident right now. But when you get where you're going, go to Amazon. Born Lucky is the book. And please join us on this journey of giving hope to so many parents and letting parents know that as their kids are having a hard time, they're not alone.
Okay, so you are News Nation's chief Washington anchor. You host On Balance. You write war notes. And now you're on a book tour, too. How are you making it all happen?
I have a very, very understanding wife.
Leland, always a pleasure chatting with you. Thank you so much. It's 6:23, and that's time to check the drive. We have a rough start in the South End, and Chris Sullivan's watching traffic.
Yeah, we have about a 2-hour and 20-minute trip from Tacoma to Seattle. That is an hour and 20 minutes longer than it should be.
Yeah, rough was not an adequate word, was it?
No, I mean, this is one of those days where you just don't get on the road. You call your boss, you're taking the day off, I'm going to go start pre-functioning for the Mariner game. And just take it easy because the game's not for another 10 hours. But yeah, we have a fatal crash involving a motorcycle that has closed all but the HOV lane on northbound I-5 right at the Kent Des Moines Road. And it's about 40 minutes from Tacoma to Federal Way. So that alone is a 30-minute delay just to make that little trip there. And then it's about an hour and a half to go from Federal Way to Seattle, with more than an hour of that just to South Center. And as you would imagine, every northbound road in that general area is jammed up and not moving, like 99, 509, some of the side streets like Military, even 516 westbound itself is, just jammed up because of this as well. A lot of people have headed down to the Valley Freeway, which again is not exactly a great idea. 18 is bumper to bumper all the way from I-5 down to 167, and that's why it's so slow getting away from Auburn. Then you have the normal stuff in Pacific for that bridge strike, and we've got an hour plus from Puyallup up to Renton, so 25-minute delay there. Renton to Bellevue, 20 minutes or less. The lake bridges are quiet. Coming down from the north end, Snohomish County is fine. Looking at 35 minutes or less on the drive there. Olympia to Tacoma, no issues for you guys. So really, it's just that drive in from the south, primarily there from Fife up through the Kent Des Moines Road. Other than that, we have a pretty decent Friday drive. This report brought to you by Washington 811. If you're digging in your yard, the law requires you to call 811 to avoid dangerous and costly damage. Call 811 or submit online, digsafewa.com.
Our forecast for today, scattered showers and sun breaks in 60. Tomorrow looks pretty wet, steady rain at times in 58, but the rain will back off again on Sunday, back to scattered showers. It's 54 in Seattle right now, and the Seahawks season is underway. We want to send you and 3 friends to watch the Seahawks game Monday, October 20th. All you have to do is open the KIRO Newsradio app, click the Win tab to find out how, and if you don't already have the app, just text app to 888-973-5476. We'll send you a link. Enter daily to increase your chances to win. The contest runs through Monday, October 13th. Coming up, more from KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey. He's at T-Mobile this morning getting ready for Game 5 and the opening bell report here on Seattle's Morning News.
That sensation we're all feeling right now?
It's the playoffs, man.
That's playoff fever.
They're going to look good. They're going to win at home, and then we all want.
Yes. They're the talk of the town.
So excited I can hardly stand it.
KIRO News Radio has all the Mariners buzz.
Some of us even ate dirt. Some of us try to sway the outcome.
And our partner Seattle Sports has the games.
A winning solution. Hearing Rick call
You're gonna want to hear
home run.
You talk about a no-doubter.
Listen free on the Seattle Sports app.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Are you happy with how you're feeling these days? Are you slowing down physically or mentally? Ever wonder what your life will be like 10 to 15 years from now? Most of us don't really know how we're aging or if we can even do anything about it. But here's the truth. Knowledge is power, and that's exactly where we start at Longevity Medical Clinic. We run advanced diagnostics to find out what's really going on inside your body, and then we create a personalized hormone and health optimization plan designed specifically to help you live better starting now. Our patients are often amazed by what they discover in their blood work, and even more amazed at how quickly they start to feel like themselves again. This isn't guesswork, it's science, it's personal, and it works. Take the first step today. Call 866-86-YOUNG or visit lmclinic.com to schedule your free consultation. Longevity Medical Clinic. Feel better today and every day after that.
And now, Tales of Another Way. You've got your same old playlist, but another song about a breakup is just a downer. 2 minutes in your music app, and now you're groovin', man. Sometimes another way is the better way, like the new SR 509 Expressway, the alternate route that'll help manage congestion on I-5 and other local roads. It's tolling now, and you can save $2 per toll with a Good to Go pass. Get a free sticker pass at goodtogo509.com.
Wellness. How do you practice it easily every day? At Olympic Hot Tub, we have more ways to achieve total wellness at home than ever before. Immerse yourself and let jets melt stress away in a saltwater hot spring spa. Swim in the privacy of your own backyard in an endless pool swim spa. Retreat to cozy warmth and detox in an amazing Tilo sauna. Then awaken your mind and body with a cold plunge. You'll be saying, ah, in no time. Your path to wellness starts today at Olympic Hot Tub. Better you, better life.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Makita's built for the pros who show up early, who don't do shortcuts, only precise cuts. With tools built to last, job after job, year after year. Performance that pays off, because when the job calls for the best, you answer. And when you need the best, you call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
The stock market's on fire. AI stocks are performing at all-time levels. We hope you, like many of our investors, have taken advantage of it. A famous man once said, buy low, sell high. There's also $8 trillion of cash sitting on the sidelines. Investors are either scared or they don't know where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares profit with our investors. We've been doing it for 19 years, averaging double-digit returns with zero investor losses. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital and invest in our family of funds. From a 3-year investment with double-digit returns to only a 90-day commitment returning 7%. We also accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Take your business to the next level in 2025 with help from WaFd Bank. WaFd Bank's business accounts and cash flow tools get you paid in hours, not weeks, so you can grow your business and meet your goals. You need a best bank. Visit wafdbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC.
Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and MyNorthwest.com.
Live from East Lake Avenue,
Seattle's morning news.
Good morning. It's 6:31. Well, here we go. The Mariners and Tigers square off in a winner-take-all Game 5 of the American League Division Series. And for one team, the season ends here. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is live this morning at T-Mobile Park with a preview of what could be one of the greatest games in Mariners history. Luke?
Yeah, and it will be. I really have that feeling. I think it will be. You know, can you believe they let me inside the stadium this morning? This is really, I know, me either. It's like a dream come true. I can't believe it. Big thanks to the Mariners. And don't worry, Mariners PR, I'm not stepping on the grass. They take the grass very seriously. You can't even, I'm afraid to look at it because it's so delicate. Anyways, standing around outside the Mariners dugout right now, pretty awesome. The lights are on. The roof is closed. Such a beautiful stadium. There's certainly a buzz here getting ready for a Game 5. Hey, if you're watching on our YouTube feed, one of the things I did this morning was I love this. My favorite moment of going to any ballpark anywhere is walking up to the field for the first time, and then the field kind of just opens up, and you see, I recreated that in the hallway. It's the umpire's hallway, the access point to the field, going through the hallway, and then it just opens up. If you're watching, yeah, you get it. Really, really cool stuff. Hey, the playoffs have been great so far, right, for sports fans, but it's been really good for businesses around T-Mobile, around Lumen Field, but also Climate Pledge. Did you know the Seattle Kraken season opened just last night here at home? They beat the Anaheim Ducks, by the way, 3-1. They play the Golden Knights tomorrow night. Mariana, a manager I talked with at Agave Casino and Tequila, which is right next to Climate Pledge, tells me they love hockey season. Great for business, but you know what they really love? When the Kraken and the Mariners play at the same time.
It's usually 2 hours before. We get super busy. We have a way, try to get as much people as we can. And then we usually get business as well once the event ends.
And Janae from Woo Bar right across the street, she said the same thing.
My bosses, the owners, they love it. They're very happy about it. Everyone that works that night loves game night. Like, that's when they want to work. It's fun, it's fast-paced, it's good money. So, yeah.
So, you know who doesn't love a lot of things, though? Detroit Tigers fans. That's right. So one of the things I'm going to be doing this morning, we're going to have fun with this. I'm going to share. They're kind of weird fans. I'm going to say that, and I'm probably going to be targeted. But they do weird things, Tigers fans, that maybe you can use to tease them later tonight if you're going to the game. I'm just saying. For instance, they really hate on their team like nobody else. Look at this and listen to this. Here's a group of fans heckling their own left fielder, Riley Green.
Riley, I hear you bring glass to the beach. You bum, Riley. I bet you need a calculator to figure out military time. You bum! Riley! I bet you wear socks to bed. You bum!
Ouch.
All right, I know, ouch, but I also play that because it's kind of funny, right? I mean, hey, first pitch is 5:08 tonight, folks. Sound Transit is running special trains of the game, so check times on their website. You can still buy tickets on the resale market. The lowest I've seen is around $225, $250 in the upper deck. That's not bad for a single ticket. Parking. I've seen the signs near the stadium right now are up to $95, better than $100, which it was for game one, I believe. By the way, George Kirby getting the start tonight. Did you guys hear that?
Yes.
Kirby's on the mound. Okay.
All right.
I didn't know. Yeah, I just found that out. Hey, coming up at 7, though, I want to tease this. I've got a famous Mariners radio call from 1998 against the Tigers. Can you guess which call that is and who's involved? I'm going to have that for you. But for now, we're live inside T-Mobile Park all morning long, folks. Getting ready. Luke Ducey, KIRO Newsradio.
Luke Ducey, one of the nicest people on the planet. Was that you trash talking?
Trash talking.
I like your version of trash talking.
I'm going to trash talk all morning.
All right,
all morning.
Luke, we'll check back with you soon. But right now, we need to check the roads because we have a serious situation, Chris.
Yeah, we do. We have a fatal crash investigation on northbound I-5 right at the Kent-Des Moines Road in Kent. This involves a motorcycle. They've been working on it for about 4 hours now. We have a 12-mile bumper-to-bumper backup. Only the HOV lane is getting by the crash scene, so that is 4 out of the 5 lanes blocked. Okay, let me run down these numbers just to kind of give the gravity of this. Tacoma to Federal Way alone is 50 minutes. That's normally a 10-minute drive. So we're looking at 50 minutes to go about 9 miles. That's a 40-minute delay. Then you have an hour and 20 minutes to get you up into Seattle. So overall, we're about an hour and 20 delayed from Tacoma to Seattle. That drive itself is about 2 hours and 20 minutes. Every side road is jammed up. Eastbound 18 down to 167 is really jammed up. 167 itself, well over an hour because of the stuff we've been dealing with. The rest of the map is Friday Light. Renton to Bellevue, under 20 minutes. Out of the north end, under 35 from Everett to Seattle or Bellevue. Lake Bridges are quiet. Olympia to Tacoma, no issues. This report brought to you by the KIRO Radio Rundown. Text newsletter to 888-973-5476. Subscribe to get the daily KIRO News Radio Rundown with the latest news and updates about your favorite shows.
Scattered showers and sun breaks in 64 today. Nothing too threatening. Tomorrow looks pretty wet. We'll see steady rain at times in 58, but back to showers and sun breaks on Sunday. Right now it's at 54 and cloudy in Seattle. And at 6:36, time for the opening bell report. Well, the government shutdown is now entering its 10th day. Republicans and Democrats locked in a stalemate, and now senators have left Washington, D.C. until next week. Bradley Blackburn has the latest.
The votes in the Senate again came up short to end the shutdown of the government. But as senators take a break, the harvest continues in Iowa, where farmers say delays to federal aid and tariffs are taking a toll.
But when you start to stack all of those things together, you're really coming up against some real pressures that make it very difficult for families.
I blame the Democrats. They ought to call their local Democrat representative.
At the White House, President Trump threatened to cut unspecified programs if the shutdown continues.
The Senate is scheduled to return to Washington, D.C. Tuesday. Speaker of the House Mike Johnson is promising to keep his chamber closed until the Senate passes the Republican spending bill. The shutdown is hitting national parks hard.
With 2/3 of the park system's 14,000 employees furloughed, many parks are operating with skeleton crews. Some parking lots have been barricaded off. Bathrooms aren't being cleaned. Trash cans aren't being emptied. Visitor centers are closed. Some parks that require reservations have no one there to take the reservations. The National Park Service has essential personnel like firefighters are still on the job. Volunteers are helping to collect trash and other duties at some parks, but are struggling to keep up. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
And candy prices are getting spooky.
Headed out to buy Halloween candy soon?
Trick or treat!
Brace for sticker shock.
Kit Kat. Reese's.
A report by Wells Fargo's Agri-Food Institute shows cocoa prices have more than doubled since early 2024. While you may find the cost of your favorite candy about the same, you'll likely see smaller offerings. The Institute has found shrinkflation abounds this year. The surge in cocoa prices is linked to heavy rains that triggered black pod disease and crop rot in West Africa, which accounts for about 70% of global cocoa production. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Some candy makers have also cut back on their number of offerings. A Capitol Hill landmark is going dark for good. The Sif Cinema Egyptian Theater is permanently closing after flood damage last year. The Seattle Times reports repairs are complete, but the space will now be available for rent. The Seattle International Film Festival announced it's ended the lease with Seattle Central College, which owns that building. The original Egyptian theater was built in 1916. Wall Street trading's underway and stocks are higher. The Dow up 245 points at 46,603. S&P 500 up 22, and the Nasdaq is up about 69 points. A word for KIRO 7 News, live starting at 4. It's news that puts you there so you can see for yourself. News that's happening now so you're ready. News that investigates to get you answers. News that's local because where you live matters. No more, no now on KIRO 7 News at 4, 5, and 6 p.m. 6:39. Boy, we need Sully today watching the roads.
2.5 hours from Tacoma to Seattle.
Brutal.
We'll break it down coming up next.
The opening bell is brought to you by Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund.
55-yard interception return by Easley.
Celebrating 50 years of Seahawks football.
Number 45, Kenny Easley. As pure an athlete as has ever played, saw him the very first day at training camp after his first-round draft choice. All of us veterans looked at each other and said, we've got something here, and we sure did.
The Seahawks are in Jacksonville, facing the up-and-coming Jaguars on Sunday. Kickoff at 10 a.m., pregame at 7.
Right here on KIRO Newsradio on 97.3 FM.
Hey, get in. What? Who are you? I'm future you. Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Yeah. Mia, our doctor figured it out. She said it's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Spike O'Neill here. Sharp Vision Modern LASIK lens gave me back the perfect vision I had up until a few years ago. Now, never need glasses again. Never develop cataracts. Been about 6 months since my RLE surgery. My vision is better than it's ever been in my life. Sharp Vision Modern LASIK lens, privately owned, no corporate shareholders or boardrooms. Dr. Sharp built his business on the principle of always strive to over-accomplish, never overprice. Call 425-451-2020 or go online to sharp-vision.com. That's sharp-vision.com. Official eye care providers of Sounders FC.
You can count on trusted local news and information from the Seattle Times, one of the few independent, locally owned news organizations in the country, right here in the Pacific Northwest. Subscribe today and don't miss a beat at seattletimes.com/subscribe.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
It's 6:43 traffic time. We do that every 10 minutes. And Chris Sullivan, we have a traffic alert big time.
Yeah, if you get on I-5 right now in Tacoma, you will not make it to Seattle till about 9 o'clock.
Ouch.
I did the math right. That's 2 hours and 20 minutes, 2 hours and 25. That's what we're dealing with right now. It's a 12-mile backup that extends from Fife all the way up to the Kent Des Moines Road, where we continue to work with this fatal crash investigation that has all but the HOV lane blocked. This involves a motorcycle. They've been working on it since about 2:30 this morning. So this is a long-term crash, and it's going to take a while. It's 50 minutes alone from Tacoma to Federal Way and an hour just to South Center. So plan on, as I said, about 2 hours and 20 minutes to go from Tacoma to Seattle. Every northbound road in that area is caught up in this, as are any other way to try to get around it. A lot of people are heading down to the Valley Freeway from I-5 down 18 to Auburn. That's why it's added a little bit more pressure out of Auburn. 25 minutes from Auburn to Renton, and about an hour and 10 total from Puyallup because of the lane restrictions we have in the Pacific area. The rest of the map is Friday light. So if you're going up from Renton or coming up from South Center, you're not going to have any issues. Across the lake, no problems. Just a little bit of braking now on Canyon Park on southbound 405. Overall, 38 minutes from Everett to Bellevue, 35 from Everett to Seattle, 18, 16, and Olympia to Tacoma all look fine. But if you can avoid I-5 northbound out of Tacoma, you will save yourself a giant headache. This report brought to you by Subaru Puyallup. Traffic is stressful. One thing that's always stress-free. Pricing on over 300 new Subarus. Easy financing at Subaru Puyallup. Subaru Puyallup, your stress-free dealership.
Our forecast for your Friday, nothing too bad. Scattered showers and sunbreaks again, high of 60. Tomorrow will stay cloudy with some steady rain at times and 58, but back to scattered showers and sunbreaks for your Sunday. Right now, mostly cloudy and 54 in Seattle. And coming up, why siblings clash and what it really means. KIRO News Radio's Katrina Gashard will explain. Also, we have KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey inside T-Mobile Park this morning. Luke?
Hey, I'm sitting in the Mariners dugout as we speak. There is a buzz in the stadium this morning, but can you name one of the greatest Mariners plays against the Tigers from back in 1998? I've got the Dave Niehaus call coming up. Back to you, Amanda.
All right, Luke, that's coming up at 7:04. Right now, it's 6:46.
Cancer impacts us all, and my family is no different. Mario Bailey here, former Washington Husky wide receiver. I learned firsthand what it's like to have family with the disease after my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. As devastating as cancer is, there is hope because the Cancer Vaccine Institute at UW-Medicine is developing vaccines to treat and prevent the deadliest cancers. Patients undergoing these treatments have seen remarkable results with extended remissions and improved quality of life. And I'm thrilled to say patients who received cancer vaccines over 20 years ago are still alive today. Donations to this institute are crucial in advancing this life-saving work. They fund vital research and clinical trials, ensuring that more lives are touched by hope and healing. I'm excited to share that Safeway is making it easy to donate on your next trip to get groceries. Please join me. Simply stop by any Safeway store, donate, and help ignite the immune system to end cancer. Learn more at uwcvi.org.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Planning a road trip? Plan a visit to Bucky's Complete Auto Repair for oil changes, brakes, AC repair, and factory maintenance. No appointment needed, and financing is available. Visit buckys.com.
Health insurance is broken, but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you, because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
This is the city's longest-running radio news show, Seattle's Morning News on KIRO Newsradio.
It's now 6:48. Well, sibling rivalry isn't just about fighting over toys or who gets the front seat. KIRO News Radio's Katrina Gishard is here to explain.
Hi, guys. This is not your typical how to stop the fighting advice. Dr. Becky, the clinical psychologist behind the Good Inside YouTube series, says sibling rivalry isn't necessarily a problem. It's a training ground for lifelong relationship skills. First, let's understand how and why adding a new sibling can turn your firstborn's world upside down.
So imagine you come home. For me, I would come home to my husband, and this is what he says to me. Becky, I have amazing news to share with you, okay? I'm getting a second wife. Okay, you're going to be big wife, and she's going to be little wife, and you guys are going to be best friends, and it's going to be amazing, and we're going to be one big, happy family.
So regardless if you're a wife, husband, or partner, you may feel like, who is this person? And I'm supposed to accept their existence with a smile? Well, that is what it can feel like for a child to welcome a new sibling. So now let's talk about what sibling rivalry is really about.
So often when our kids are kind of doubting their place in the family or feeling not as confident as they want to, or maybe feeling a little disconnected from us, their sibling starts to look like their enemy, not their teammate.
Let's say your kids are arguing about who's holding the remote control, or very common in my family right now, who gets to choose the songs during our car rides. Dr. Becky says the fastest thing to do is to resolve the conflict for them.
But if that's always what's happening, we are actually locking ourselves into a job we don't want.
So she invites parents to work themselves out of the job of conflict resolution on behalf of their kids.
When our kids are in their 20s and 30s and one of them gets married and one of them is having a successful career and one of them has some very big house and the other one doesn't have those things, you know what's going to happen? There's going to be jealousy. There's going to be hurt feelings. There's going to be discomfort. And if all we're trying to do when our kids are younger is kind of optimize for peace all the time, they're actually not going to have the skills they need to negotiate even bigger sibling issues when they're older.
Her advice, the single biggest thing kids need to get along with their siblings is more one-on-one time with their parents. When your kids are arguing, she says, it's not a sign they're never going to be close. It's not a sign you're a failure as a parent. It's just an opportunity for you to teach them skills so they can draw on them when they're older.
That all made perfect sense. I really like her description at the beginning.
Yeah, I think it just puts us in the right frame of mind for like what it's like for a child to be like, huh? Who are you? You're here now?
I'm guessing, David, you're one of how many?
I'm the youngest of 7, and that's very important because I also feel like the order matters a lot. The oldest has a lot of responsibility. The youngest is, I don't know, I did feel like I was kind of constantly babied, not taken seriously. These are things that, Katrina, like you said, kind of impact you later on. Me and my closest sibling, my just elder brother, we still are kind of struggling with the jealousy thing, who has what, so it's an ongoing thing, and it's, just got to have that open line of communication with your siblings. But it does start young. It starts when you're kiddos and kind of how you're trained as from your parents.
It's true, though. Even though you're having conflict with one of your siblings at this age, you still know how to figure it out.
Yes.
You don't need to call mom or dad.
No, certainly not. No, and that's not their job anymore. Yeah. But it is really funny how much the way you interact with your siblings kind of impacts you for the rest of your life.
Katrina, I love your parenting segments. I really do.
Thank you.
I learn a lot every time. Thanks. It's now 6:53. We have a lot to talk about with Chris Sullivan right now. Let's check our traffic. We do that every 10 minutes, and the South End is yucky.
Yeah, there is no easy way to go from Pierce County into King County at this point, especially if you can avoid I-5, do it. Don't even think about I-5. Maybe stay home, call the boss, relax, pregame for tonight, because we have a 12-mile backup. And basically an hour and 25-minute delay going from Tacoma up through the Kent-Des Moines Road. It's going to take you about an hour and 40 minutes, maybe hour and 50 minutes to get up into Kent.
The good news is you can listen to the entirety of our show pretty much.
I mean, if you're getting on I-5 right now, you're not making it to Seattle until after 9. I mean, you'll be listening to G by the time you make it to work if you're getting on the road right now. That's the reality. Now, what started all this? It's a fatal crash investigation. There are worse things out there than being stuck in traffic. So just try to have some perspective today. But this is a fatal crash involving a motorcycle. Only the HOV lane is getting by right at the Kent-Des Moines Road. So it's 50 minutes alone from Tacoma to Federal Way, and then about an hour and 5 minutes just into South Center. So as I said, 2 hours, 20 minutes to go from Tacoma to Seattle. A lot of people have gone to 99 and 509, and it's jammed up. 516 in both directions right there at the interchange are backed up. 18 eastbound down to the valley, people are going there, and then we have a ton more traffic coming up past Auburn, and so you add that to the normal stuff with the bridge strike down in Pacific, and you've got about an hour and 15-minute trip from Puyallup to Renton. That's a 35-minute delay. The rest of the map is unaffected by this and is having a Friday light. Renton to Bellevue is still under 20 minutes. If you're getting on I-5 in South Center, you're going to zoom right up into Seattle with no issues. Across the lake, we're fine. Coming down from the north end, just a little blip here or there, but we're under 40 minutes, probably closer to 35 to go from Everett to Seattle or Bellevue. So most commutes are okay, but coming in from Pierce County is a no-go. This report brought to you by D.R. Horton, the National Red Tag Sales event going on now through October 18th. Visit a D.R. Horton community today or drhorton.com, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
Our forecast as you get ready for the weekend today, just scattered showers and sun breaks should warm up to about 60. Tomorrow looks like the wettest day of the weekend. We'll see steady rain at times and 58, and then backing off to showers and sun breaks on Sunday with a high of 56. It's 54 in Seattle right now. Coming up, more from KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey. He is at T-Mobile Park already, where preparations are underway for tonight's massive ALDS Game 5. Plus, the Rick Riz Show coming up at 7:15. This is Seattle's Morning News for your Friday on KIRO News Radio.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
An illegal alien from Guatemala charged with raping a child in Massachusetts. An MS-13 gang member from El Salvador accused of murdering a Texas man. A Venezuelan charged with filming and selling child pornography in Michigan. These are just some of the heinous migrant criminals caught because of President Donald J. Trump's leadership. I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Under President Trump, attempted illegal border crossings are at the lowest levels ever recorded, and over 100,000 illegal aliens have been arrested. If you are here illegally, you're next. You will be fined nearly $1,000 a day, imprisoned, and deported. You will never return. But if you register using our CBP Home app and leave now, you could be allowed to return legally. Do what's right. Leave now. Under President Trump, America's laws, border, and families will be protected.
Sponsored by the United States Department of Homeland Security.
Jim Singletary here, Chief Roof Nerd at RoofSmart, where we're not afraid to tell you no. Looking for a roofing company that'll do cheap, fast work and just cover up the problem? No, that's not us. Want a quick quote without a real inspection? Nope. Just want a price without knowing your options? Not happening. Look, we don't want to tell you no, but if saying yes means cut corners, bad results, or wasted money, we won't do it. Period. And here's the deal. Seattle gets 150 rainy days a year. That's not wait and see weather, it's call RoofSmart now weather. We say no to leaky roofs, sloppy work, and bad estimates, and yes to thorough inspections, accurate quotes, and top quality work that actually lasts. So if you want an honest roofer who's not afraid to say no to bad work, call RoofSmart today at 206-487-4877 or visit GetRoofSmart.com. That's 206-487-4877 or GetRoofSmart.com.
She and Ursula, weekdays from 9 to noon on KIRO News Radio.
Olympic Hot Tub has terrific ways to achieve total wellness at home. Saltwater hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and cold plunges, all waiting for you. You'll be saying, ah, in no time. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Israeli troops have begun leaving parts of Gaza. Palestinians march northward as the first phase of President Trump's peace plan takes effect and a ceasefire begins. The BBC's Hugo Bachega from East Jerusalem.
The Israeli military has pulled back to lines agreed under the deal, although IDF troops still occupy over half of Gaza. The countdown has now begun for the release of the remaining hostages, including the 20 believed to be alive, in return for hundreds of Palestinians in Israeli jails.
Swap expected to begin Monday after President Trump attends the signing of the peace agreement in Egypt and addresses Israel's parliament in Jerusalem. The White House blaming peace over politics after the president was snubbed for this year's Nobel Peace Prize. It was awarded to Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado, who is in hiding.
I'm honored, humbled, and I'm very grateful on behalf of the Venezuelan people.
CBS's Vicki Barker.
The committee praising Machado for uniting the opposition around shared democratic values.
At a time when democracy is under threat, it is more important than ever to defend this common ground.
A setback for the president in his bid to have National Guard troops patrol Democratic cities to protect ICE agents and facilities. A federal judge in Illinois has temporarily blocked them from deploying anywhere in the state. Correspondent Ian Lee from Chicago.
The decision came after soldiers, including roughly 200 Texas Guard members, had already arrived in the area and were seen patrolling the federal ICE facility in the suburb of Broadview. In response, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker wrote in a social media post, "Donald Trump is not a king, and his administration is not above the law."
The 10-day-old government shutdown could prove problematic for travelers and for some federal workers this Columbus Day weekend. CBS's Chris Van Cleve from LAX.
Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy raised some eyebrows when he said air traffic controllers found to be taking advantage of the FAA's sick leave policy could find themselves in trouble. In fact, they could find themselves out of a job.
They won't get paid until the shutdown's over. Officials in New York have busted up a scheme that sold permits to wannabe commercial truck drivers. CBS's Michael Wallace.
Prosecutors say drivers would pay up to $3,000 to have Jamie Middleton of Queens take the required written test for them. She would allegedly wear disguises, even mustaches, as she took the test for at least 10 people. One of her customers was hired as a garbage truck driver on Long Island. In all, 7 people, including DMV employees, have been arrested.
Dow up 153. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It's 7:03 on your Friday morning. We're going to take you live to T-Mobile Park here in just a moment. But first, it is not a Friday light morning on the roads, Chris Sullivan.
No, it is not. Primarily for people coming up from Pierce County. We have a fatal crash investigation which has closed all but the HOV lane on northbound I-5 right at the Kent-Des Moines Road in Kent. And we have a 12-mile bumper-to-bumper backup that begins in Fife. It's an hour to go 11 miles from Tacoma to Federal Way. Just on that little stretch alone.
That's just awful.
So that's a 50-minute delay just right there. And then we have about an hour and 20-minute trip total from Federal Way to Seattle, with an hour of that just to South Center. So that puts us at well over 2 hours, probably 2 hours and 20 minutes, maybe from Tacoma to Federal Way, an hour and 20 behind schedule. Now, if you're on the 99, 509 corridor, Pacific Highway, trying to get out of Federal Way, you're bumper to bumper. Eastbound 18 is heavy down to 167 as people are trying to bail there. And that gives us about an hour and 15-minute trip from Puyallup to Renton because of the brake lights in Sumner through Pacific. Auburn to Renton itself is running 25 minutes. Rest of the map, Friday light. Renton to Bellevue, 15. If you're getting on in South Center to Seattle, it's only 20 minutes. Across the lake, nothing. Coming down from the north end, 35 minutes or less. This report brought to you by Closets by Design, custom storage solutions for closets, garages, home offices, and more. Closets by Design, or you can always call them 1-800-BY-DESIGN.
Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and MyNorthwest.com.
Live from East Lake Avenue,
Seattle's morning news.
Good morning. It is 7:04. The stage is set at T-Mobile Park. One game, one night, one shot to keep the dream alive. The Mariners and Tigers meet in a do-or-die Game 5 with a trip to the ALCS on the line. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is live inside T-Mobile Park this morning with a preview. Luke?
Oh, good morning, everyone. It is like a cathedral here in T-Mobile Park. We just need a choir, which we'll get tonight for Game 5 for sure. The lights are on, the roof is closed, and I'm standing right outside the Mariners dugout. I turn around, Manda, and Cal Raleigh, Julio, JP, they all sit right there. This is really, really cool. And I'm also looking here on the warning track at all the sunflower seeds they spit out during games 1 and 2. And
they don't clean those up?
No, I thought they did. And it's kind of gross.
I'm looking at your video right now.
Right, there you go. And I'm not going to lie, though, it's kind of cool at the same time. Thinking about grabbing them up a handful and bringing them back to you guys, souvenirs.
No, I'm good.
No?
Thank you.
You're good. Okay.
I'll take
I thought
them.
they cleaned those up. Oh, okay. I will. I swear I will. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do that. All right. Hey, let's get pumped up, folks. Let's get pumped up. We've been playing some great Mariners moments with the play calls for you all morning long. This is Game 5 tonight. We've got a series tied 2-2. So do you remember this moment? Dan Wilson at the plate back in 1998 against the Detroit Tigers.
And that's got a chance to go. It won't, but it'll bounce off the base of the wall. And Dan Wilson's going to have a triple. Maybe a shot at an inside the park home run. Here he comes down the stretch. The throw to the plate, not in time. Dan Wilson has hit an inside the park home run.
Oh, I could listen to these all day. And inside the park, I believe it was a grand slam home run as well. And now manager of the Mariners. Hey, the fans were going nuts back then. But today, I think we're all a little nervous, but we're also excited.
They're going to win. I think they're going to go to the World Series. Love you, Mariners. Go Mariners.
I think we pulled out. Big dumper. Yeah, I think we pull out the win.
I've never seen T-Mobile so full. The excitement is palpable.
Oh, it is palpable. It is a buzz going on here in the stadium. You could probably hear some machinery picking up in the background. Cleaning crews are starting to do their thing here in T-Mobile. First pitch is 5:08 tonight. Listen up, Sound Transit, if you don't want to drive, is running special trains of the game. Check times on their website. You can still buy tickets. The cheapest one I saw on SeatGeek, $225 in the upper deck. Parking, Sully, I don't know if you checked out Spot Hero lately.
Oh,
I think you said it was around $50.
$50 at the Lumen Field Garage right now. And, Spot's just north in Pioneer Square, you're $25, $30. If you want to nail it before you get down there, that's the smartest thing to do.
Oh, get down here early, pregame, little tailgate.
Just buy your parking in advance.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so you lock in that price. Because
totally, but
yeah.
But I would still come down early, wouldn't you?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Totally.
Just surround yourself. The town's going to be crazy. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be great. $95 is what it's going to cost you in those private lots near the stadium, by the way. Don't we have the best fans? I mean, we have the best fans. But you know who doesn't? The Tigers. you want another weird fact about Tigers fans?
Yes,
and you can tease them about this tonight.
Going.
Tigers fans put only one condiment on their hot dogs. This is true. You got to look this up. It's ketchup only. It's like a Detroit thing. They even fired a concession guy over this whole ketchup controversy. And I'm going to have that story for you coming up in the bottom of the hour. We're live inside T-Mobile all morning long. Let's go Mariners. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
All right. Look forward to chatting again. If you are going to try to get some last-minute tickets, a word of warning from KIRO 7 TV's Eric Thomas.
The game's sold out, so resale your only option right now, and that's a feeding ground for scammers. So some tips to make sure your tickets are legit. Stay away from any purchase that seems too good to be true. Avoid transferring money through accounts like Venmo or Zelle to a stranger before you get your tickets. And keep in mind, using your credit card actually gives you an additional layer of protection.
Well, our main focus has been on the Mariners this morning. Seattle sports fans have a full plate. The Rain kickoff at 7:30 at Lumen Field just across the street. Over at Husky Stadium, University of Washington hosts Rutgers. Kickoff at 6. Tomorrow night, the Sounders play their final home game of the season. They'll face Real Salt Lake. The Kraken hosting the Vegas Golden Knights at 7. They won their home opener last night. And the Seahawks are on the road. They'll take on the Jacksonville Jaguars Sunday morning at 10 o'clock.
Keeping you informed since 1974. This is the city's longest-running radio news show.
Seattle's Morning News on KIRO News Radio.
It is 7:09. It is Friday, October 10th. I'm Manda Factor. Charlie Harger will be back on Monday. Chris Sullivan is here. David Burbank in the studio. Nick Cretia is picking the tunes and running the board in the control room. You know, this time last week we were saying this might be the biggest Seattle sports weekend of all time.
Yes. I feel like we said it the weekend before that as well.
This time we mean it.
We've been so spoiled.
There's a lot happening. Not just the Mariners.
And Revive I-5.
Do we have any worries about traffic tonight with the Huskies?
No. I mean, the Huskies are going to be fine. Revive I-5 is not going to start until the Husky game lets out, so about midnight tonight, so that shouldn't be a concern for today.
All right. Coming up this hour of the show, the Rick Riz Show, we're going to check in with the legendary Mariners broadcaster ahead of the biggest Mariners game in more than 2 decades. And G. Scott's going to weigh on his thoughts on both the Mariners and Seahawks games. Great time to be a Seattle sports fan. It's now 7:10. All the fun we're having with sports. We do have some serious news this morning, too. A quiet Spanaway neighborhood is reeling. After a deadly shooting left a couple dead in their home, several neighbors tell Pierce County Sheriff's deputies they heard multiple gunshots late last night. Here's Deputy Carly Capetto.
Deputies breached the door to make entry and located a 57-year-old male and a 54-year-old female deceased inside the home.
Deputies also found a 14-year-old girl hiding in a bedroom closet. The teen was not involved and released to family members. Deputies are investigating what led to that shooting. And Seattle police are investigating after one person was killed, a bystander injured in a shooting in Seattle's Capitol Hill neighborhood last night. KIRO 7 TV's Samantha Lomibau reports this happened near East Pike Street and Broadway.
2 men were shot right out front of this Chipotle. Police say the victim who died was shot once in the torso and multiple times in the back. Another man, a bystander, shot in the leg. I did talk to 2 witnesses who say they heard that gunfire and ran to take cover.
We just saw 2 young gentlemen get in a Dodge Charger and drive off, and then there was a guy sitting in front of Chipotle, and he got carted off. Wasn't looking too good.
Those witnesses you just heard from tell us they heard some kind of argument. Police say they are still searching for a suspect that ran away with multiple people.
A suspected drunk driver was arrested after crashing head-on into a Pierce County Sheriff's deputy's patrol car in Tacoma. This happened Wednesday night on River Road East near Pioneer Way in Tacoma. Body cam video shows the deputy asking the 41-year-old driver if he was drunk.
I can smell something, so I know there's something there. But, huh?
I did later on, earlier.
Okay.
The 41-year-old said he had only had 1 beer, but deputies say they found open containers in his pickup. No one was hurt, but the deputy's airbag deployed and his patrol car had to be towed. And Everett's no sit, no lie law is back on the table. The city council is set to vote October 22nd on whether to renew it. The law makes it illegal to sit or lie down on public property in parts of downtown. It also bans handing out food or supplies in those areas unless you have a permit. Violators could face up to 90 days in jail and a $500 fine. According to the Everett Herald, supporters say it keeps public spaces safe and clean. Critics argue it targets people experiencing homelessness. It's 7:12, and that's time for a check on the weather. Might see some showers at times today, but also some sun breaks and a high of 60. Roof will probably be closed at T-Mobile when the game starts tonight. For tomorrow, rain at times and 58, and then we'll back off to scattered showers again on Sunday with some sun breaks. Right now, it is 54 and cloudy in Seattle. And at 7:13, time for traffic. We do that every 10 minutes. Chris Sullivan sorted out.
If you're coming up from Pierce County, call the boss and say I'm pre-functioning for the Mariners game and just not coming in today. Because you're going to be stuck with a 12-mile backup and about an hour and 20 to an hour and 25-minute delay just going from Fife up to the Kent-Des Moines Road. That's where we continue to work with a fatal crash investigation that has only the HOV lane open. So 4 out of the 5 lanes are blocked for this crash and investigation. It's going to take you an hour just to get to Federal Way from Tacoma. It's going to take you about an hour and a half from Federal Way to Seattle. So big time delays. That's basically 2.5 hours from Tacoma to Seattle. Now, if you're getting on at the Kent-Des Moines Road or just after that, you're going to have a breeze all the way in. A lot of people have headed down to the Valley Freeway, and that's why there's so much traffic out of Auburn. You have about a 30-plus minute trip out of Auburn. You have the brake lights through the Pacific area because of the lane reductions, and we've got about an hour and 15 total from Puyallup to Renton. That's about 30 minutes slower than it should be. And then Renton to Bellevue is only 20 minutes, so it's Friday light there. Across the lake, no issues. Coming down from the north end, Friday light as well. Under 40 from Everett to Seattle or Everett to Bellevue. This report brought to you by Kia of Everett. During the month of October, for every new Kia we sell, Kia of Everett will donate to local breast cancer research and support programs. Let's do it together. Kia of Everett, simple, easy, fun.
It's 7:14. One Lakers fan did not think LeBron James' big reveal this week was funny. We get the update from KIRO Newsradio's Katrina Gishard.
LeBron James announced he's teaming up with the brand VSOP for a cognac collaboration.
I feel like it's going to give me the best opportunity to win more at hosting. And not only that, win at signature cocktails, win at having a good time.
Well, the fan says it was a big dupe and he's suing for fraud.
Of course he is.
The fan claims all the buildup and talk of possible retirement tricked him into paying top dollar for Lakers tickets for what he thought would be James' last games. Of course, the 40-year-old will be sitting out the first few games of the season. He's got sciatica on his right side.
Just my humble opinion, but it's the guy's own fault. Really? He's suing? Okay, it's 7:15.
We sue everything.
Deep to left field, and this one is goodbye baseball, and the Mariners win it.
The Rick Wiz Show.
And a swing and a miss, came back with a splitter for strike 3.
The legendary Mariners broadcaster joins Seattle's Morning News to talk about the biggest stories with the Mariners.
It is grand salami time. A walk-off grand slam.
I'll take one of those tonight, please. It all comes down to this. Win or go home. No matter what happened in the last 162 games, nor the last 4 playoff games, the Mariners and Detroit Tigers play tonight. It's the most important Mariners game in 24 years. Rick, good morning. How are you feeling?
Oh, good morning, Amanda. Good morning, David. I'm feeling excited. I got up at 5 o'clock this morning. I couldn't sleep. So I got up and got ready and finishing my notes here. It is the biggest game of the year. And I think George Kirby is going to pitch the game of his life. And big guys step up for the big moments. So I look for Cal Raleigh, Julio Rodriguez, and the guys to play a great game today and get everybody to the American League Championship Series. I'm excited. The fans are excited. It's going to be a sellout crowd.
Okay, I'm not gonna dwell on it, but yesterday was a little rough waking up and getting going. But this is really what baseball is all about. It's so exciting.
It really is. You know, you play your heart out for 162 games just to get to the postseason for the chance to move on. The Mariners got that bye, so they had a few days off to get ready for this division series. They knew it was going to be tough. They knew there was a possibility of facing Tarek Skubal twice, which they're going to do, and they beat him in the second game of the series. Polanco hit 2 home runs, and Julio and Cal had the back-to-back doubles to win the ball game, a close game. They ended up beating the bullpen. But they've also defeated Skubal twice earlier this season, back in April, very early in the year, they won 3-2. In July, they won 12-3. So they've done it 3 times, and the challenge now is to do it one more time, and this team is ready.
Rick,
Danny Wilson has done a great job with this team.
Rick, they say in a given game, if you face a pitcher, if the pitcher has to go through the lineup 3 times over, the advantage kind of goes to the batter. Is it the same type of thing if you face a pitcher, say 4 times in a season and postseason, especially having seen Skubal just 5 days ago? Does that give a slight advantage maybe to the Mariners lineup?
Well, David, that's a great question. But, this guy is just so good at what he does, and so is George Kirby. The Tigers know what Kirby's going to feature, and the Mariners know what Skubal's going to do. He's going to throw his fastball at about 98 to 100 miles an hour, and he's going to have the great changeup. And that's not going to change. When you're the best pitcher in the American League, you're not going to make many adjustments. However, he did try to sneak a slider by Jorge Polanco. That didn't work out very well, and Polanco hit the home run on the slider. Then he hit a fastball. He took 2 great changeups, got a fastball. So it is advantage to both sides, because they know Tigers know George Kirby very well, and now the Mariners are getting very acquainted with Tarek Skubal, a young man who started at Seattle University, some years ago, back in 2016 to 2018. So it's gonna be a great game. It's going to be a low-scoring game. You're going to have to do the little things right. Hopefully, hit the ball out of the ballpark once or twice, like they did to beat them earlier this year. But man, this is going to be exciting, and this is what you play for.
Rick, our Luke Ducey is out at T-Mobile already this morning in the dark, and he's running around like a kid in a candy store. So excited to be there. What's it like to be in the broadcast booth during these postseason games?
It's really exciting. I'm so nervous right now, when I first got up, and I'm going to be nervous before the ball game. But it seems like, man, once the game starts, you start to do something that you've done, for my case, for many, many years, 40 years here in Seattle, and you just broadcast the game. But there's more to it, than just a game in April or spring training game, obviously, or in June or July or August. This means everything, because if you win, you move on. If you don't, I don't even want to think about it. You go home and you get ready for the following season. But this team has played so hard to get to this point. They played through a number of injuries in the early part of the year with the starting staff. Jerry DiPoto gave the Mariners the tools that they needed to get to this point by adding Josh Naylor and Eugenio Suarez at the trade deadline. Cal has had the mythical season with 60 home runs during the season. Julio was amazing, especially in the second half. So, and the kids really played well in the first half of the ball game. But this is what you play for. This is why you put on the uniform. You want to get to the World Series. And right now, the next step is to get to the American League Championship Series like we did 24 years ago. So it's been a while. So I think this team is pumped up and definitely ready to go, and I know the fans are too.
It feels like this is a team that plays their best under the bright lights in prime time. I'm thinking of last Sunday. I'm thinking of, obviously, those games in Houston were huge. Is there something specific? Is it Dan Wilson? Is it something specific in this clubhouse that gives these guys the energy, the confidence to go out there and just swing away?
Yeah, David, I think, there's enough guys on this roster that have been there, that have had experienced postseason play. Even some of the younger veteran guys on this team, like Cal Raleigh. He was here in 2022. It was Cal Raleigh that hit the home run that put the Mariners in the playoffs for the first time to end a drought of 21 years at the time. George Kirby appeared and got a start in Houston, and he got a save in Toronto. So guys have the experience. Randy Rosarena is, amazing during the postseason, his years with Tampa Bay. So they have that calm, that experience, that they know what it takes for trying to make the moment not get too big on them, not to try too much, do the little things right. And when you get your pitch, especially against Tarek Skubal, don't miss it. So I think that's what they do. They forget about a bad at bat. They forget about a bad game. They forget about a bad stretch. They only concentrate on what's happening today at T-Mobile Park. And that's what bodes so well for them to be able to come back.
As Cal Raleigh said, let's just go win the whole thing. So
you're paraphrasing.
I brought my bag of Cheetos in the newsroom for breakfast this morning.
Right.
Any rituals besides the Cheetos for you that you're gonna take care of today?
No, just the ritual of Jerry DePhoto bringing in the Cheetos. It's been a lot of fun. We've won 10 in a row, then 17 out of 18, and then Mariners kept winning during the course of the postseason here in the division series. So Jerry, before the ball game, always comes in with a lucky bag of Cheetos, and it's something that it's just a lot of fun. And whether it's the mustache that the guys are growing or the Cheetos, you got to believe in it. But I believe in these guys. These guys are actually the ones that get into them. But the Cheetos, man, it's been a fun ride. And they're a sponsor.
I know.
They bought time on the air on their broadcast. It's amazing.
I love it. Rick, we're just about out of time. Mariners are 2-0 in Game 5s of the ALDS, going for 3. We cannot wait to hear you make the calls tonight.
Well, I can't wait to bring it to the fans. Maybe we're going to see Cal Raleigh hit a walk-off home run, or whoever's going to get a base hit to win a ball game to give the Mariners a lead in the 8th. Munoz a save in the 9th, or a walk-off home run or hit in the bottom of the 9th inning. It's going to be fun.
You just got a visceral reaction out of David.
If Cal walks it off in the bottom of the 9th tonight, I don't know what I'm going to do. That's going to be the greatest moment of my life.
It's his year, man. I wouldn't be surprised one bit.
All right.
Able to do it.
Rick, enjoy every second of it tonight. We'll look forward to your calls. You can catch all the action on our sister station, 710 Seattle Sports. Take care. Have fun, Rick.
All right, Amanda. Thanks, David. Take care.
All right. It's 7:23. We have some business to take care of, and Chris Sullivan has your traffic.
Yeah, we've got a 2.5-hour drive from Tacoma to Seattle. About an hour and a half longer than it should take. We have, maybe about an hour and 15 longer than it should take. We have this fatal crash investigation that still has only the HOV lane open near the Kent Des Moines Road there in Kent. 12-mile backup, bumper to bumper, just not moving. It's an hour from Tacoma to Federal Way alone. 40-minute delay just there, and then about an hour and a half to get you all the way up into Seattle. Once you're past the Kent Des Moines Road, it's going to be a very easy drive. A lot of people have headed down to the Valley Freeway. That's why we're up over a half an hour just from Auburn. So that's a 15-minute delay there. You add another 15 coming up through the lane restrictions in Pacific, and we've got a Puyallup to Renton drive of about an hour and 15 minutes. Renton to Bellevue's running around 20. We do have another crash to tell you about, this one on southbound 405. We're starting to see the north end get into the act today. Right lane is blocked right there at Canyon Park. No shocker. If you're going to have a crash, it's going to be right there through the weaving and merging. We've got about a 45-minute trip now from Everett to Bellevue. 35 from Everett to Seattle, so you can start to see the disparity there. This traffic report brought to you by Home Comfort Alliance. Tired of uneven heating and high energy bills? Try the Quilt ductless heat pump. Home Comfort Alliance, room by room control, serious savings. HomeComfortAlliance.com.
That sensation we're all feeling right now?
It's the playoffs, man.
That's playoff fever.
Mariners are good. They're going to win at home, and then we all won.
Yes.
They're the talk of the town.
So excited I can hardly stand it.
KIRO Newsradio has all the Mariners buzz.
Some of us even ate dirt. Some of us try to sway the outcome.
And our partner Seattle Sports has the games.
A winning solution. Hearing Rick call
You're gonna want to hear
home
Rick.
run.
You talk about a no-doubter.
Listen free on the Seattle Sports app.
Cold is leaking and rats are moving and mold is creeping and water seeping in. It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also give out the most PSE insulation rebates of any insulation company in the state.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Get your free inspection at AmericanCrawl.com.
Announcing the Royal Corgis.
What have you done?
I wired pounds to London to buy Royal Corgis.
You went to the bank to wire money for Royal Corgis?
That means yes.
You are so dumb. Banks are slow and they hide all kinds of fees in transfers.
Those mutts.
If you want to send money overseas, use Wise. It's faster and never hides fees. Oh, they're fighting, just like the real royal family.
You can save up to 70% when you send money abroad. Be smart. Get Wise. Learn more by visiting wise.com. T's and C's apply.
What if you had the smartest Wi-Fi? If you did, it'd be Xfinity, of course. And it'd come with their best state-of-the-art equipment. It would boost speeds to the devices that needed them most, prioritizing your most important connections, whether you were streaming, gaming, or gaming while pretending to work. And it would let you stream 4. That's right, 4 games on one screen. It would even power your mobile connection so you could bring faster, secure Wi-Fi speeds with you where you use it most. It would be proactive and fix problems before you knew you had them. Impressive, right? And it would have security features that protect you from threats at home and online. Kinda like a force field for your life. If you had the smartest Wi-Fi, well, everything would work together seamlessly to keep you connected, no matter what. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/fax or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Hey everyone, Hartley Wilcox here. And I'm Charlie Wilcox from Wilcox Family Farms. Our family's been raising hens and gathering fresh eggs right here for over 100 years. That's right. Our hens roam free on green pastures, soaking up the sunshine and living their best chicken lives. We don't do shortcuts. No cages, no chemicals, just honest-to-goodness eggs laid fresh every day. And when you buy Wilcox eggs, you're not just getting breakfast. You're supporting local farmers like us. Clean food, and a family that's been doing it right for generations. So next time you're at the grocery store, skip the out-of-state eggs and grab the ones with our name on them. Wilcox Family Farms. Fresh, local, trusted. Find fresh Wilcox eggs at Costco, Hagen's, or Whole Foods. And for a healthy snack on the go, grab some ready-to-eat hard-boiled eggs in a convenient to-go 2-pack. Wilcox Family Farms eggs, locally fresh since 1909.
Meet Sarah. She tried one of those online weight loss programs, filled out a form, got a prescription, and a few weeks later she felt dizzy, weak, and frustrated. No one was checking in, no one was making sure the plan was safe for her body. That's when she turned to Longevity Medical Clinics. Our medically supervised GLP-1 program helped Sarah lose weight safely while we monitored her progress every step of the way. Today, she feels healthier, stronger, and more confident than ever. At Longevity Medical Clinics, we believe weight loss isn't just about dropping pounds. It's about restoring your health with real doctors, real monitoring, and a plan that works for your body. If you're serious about losing weight and you want to do it the right way, Longevity Medical Clinic is here to help. Call Longevity Medical Clinics today at 866-86-YOUNG or visit lmclinic.com for your free health analysis. Longevity Medical Clinics. Safe, supported, life-changing. lmclinic.com.
You can count on trusted local news and information from the Seattle Times, one of the few independent, locally owned news organizations in the country, right here in the Pacific Northwest. Subscribe today and don't miss a beat at seattletime.com/subscribe.
Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Live from East Lake Avenue,
Seattle's morning news.
Good morning. It is 7:31. Well, it all comes down to this. Game 5 of the American League Division Series between the Mariners and the Tigers. Winner moves on. Loser goes home. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is live inside T-Mobile Park this morning with a preview. Luke?
Yeah, it's going to be a long flight for those losers, the Tigers. I tell you, they got to go home. But, it is a beautiful sight inside T-Mobile Park this morning. The lights are on. The roof is closed. The cleaning and maintenance crews are out right now. You might hear the machinery in the background getting the stadium ready. Last hour, the top of the hour, I was talking about the nostalgia of being right here, right next to the Mariners dugout, looking down. And this is where the players sit. I mean, this is incredible. And I was talking about, as you look down at the warning track here, the red clay, dirt, there's sprinkles of sunflower seeds that the players have spit out during game 1 and number 2. And I asked you guys, does anyone want a souvenir? And David, you said yes. You said yes.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. I'll take anything you can grab from T-Mobile Park, please. This is a historic day.
Let me tell you, I didn't put them in my pocket, but I did. I don't know if you have the video. I took video of this. So I put it up on my X channel, at Luke KIRO, so you can look there. I don't know if you can see it on the YouTube feed or not, but David, I have them sitting in the dugout for you. A little dirt there with you as well. And I noticed as I was scooping those up, all the other media crews, there's plenty here, looked over at me like, what are you doing?
Are you the garbage man?
Right, and then I explained to him, well, here's what's going on. I'm getting them for David. And they said, and one of the photographers turned to me and said, you know what? Those could be big dumper seeds. You could be getting big dumper seeds, dude.
They're on the YouTube channel right now. Very nice.
Yeah, there you go.
Wrap them up, bring them all home.
Hey, if you all aren't pumped up yet, if you're not pumped up there in the studio, this is going to get you pumped up. We've got another great Mariners call. Been playing them all morning long for you. How about this one? 1995, bottom of the 11th. David, I know you hate this one because bottom of the 11th. Edgar comes to the plate and sends the M's to the ALCS.
They would love a base hit into the gap, and they could win it with Junior Speed to stretch. And the 0-1 pitch on the way to Edgar Martinez. Swung on the line, down the left field line for a base hit. Here comes Joy. Here is Junior to third base. They're going to wave him in. The throw to the plate will be late. The Mariners are going to play for the American League Championship. I don't believe it. It just continues.
Oh, that crowd is ridiculous, aren't they? Well, they're going to be ridiculous tonight as well, and they are crazy for tonight's Game 5.
They're going to win. I think they're going to go to the World Series. Love you, Mariners. Go Mariners.
I think we pulled out. Big dumper. Yeah, I think we pull out the win.
I've never seen T-Mobile so full. The excitement is palpable.
First pitch, 5:08 tonight, folks. Sound Transit is running special trains to the game. You're just going to want to check their timetable on their website. Tickets, be careful buying tickets. You don't want to get cheated out of any tickets, but, buy from like SeatGeek or some reputable company. Around $225 for the upper deck is what I've seen. Parking, $95 in private lots next to the stadium. I know that Sully found something on Spot Hero. You can buy a spot ahead of time for about $50, which is great. Let's send it back to you, but I gotta tell you, I am excited for tonight. Live inside T-Mobile Park this morning. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
I just gotta say about that call, Dave Niehaus on the double. Obviously, objectively, one of the greatest calls in sports history. We have heard it so much here in Seattle. Can we please make a new memory? Let's make Rick make a historic call like that we can play for generations to come. Maybe Game 7 of the World Series, something like that. But starting tonight,
We've got a chance tonight. Got it. Luke, we'll be back to you at T-Mobile Park shortly. Of course, you can hear all the action tonight, 5:08 first pitch on our sister station, 710 Seattle Sports. Right now, we need to check traffic. We have a bit of a mess, and Chris Sullivan is watching.
Yeah, traffic alert definitely in effect. It is not going to be easy to get into Seattle from Pierce County if you're coming all the way from Tacoma. We've got a 2.5-hour drive from Tacoma to Seattle. That's about an hour and 20 minutes slower than it should be because of this fatal crash investigation involving a motorcycle that has all but the HOV lane blocked at the Kent Des Moines Road, and we have a 12-mile backup that is barely moving. It's an hour alone just to get you into Federal Way. You head down to the Valley Freeway. A lot of people have done that. We've got about a 30-minute trip now out of Auburn, so that's 15 minutes slower than a typical Friday. You add the stuff in Pacific, and we've got about an hour and 15-minute trip from Puyallup to Renton. Renton to Bellevue, though, is under 20 minutes. Out of the north end, we still have about 45. From Everett to Bellevue, we had a quick little crash right near the Canyon Park area on southbound 405. It's only 35 minutes from Everett to Seattle, so that's definitely Friday light. The lake bridges are quiet. This report brought to you by Subaru of Puyallup. Traffic can be stressful. One thing that's always stress-free. Pricing on over 300 new Subarus with easy financing at Subaru of Puyallup. Subaru of Puyallup, your stress-free dealership.
Scattered showers and sun breaks for your Friday. 60 our high today. Look for more steady rain at times tomorrow in 58, but back to sun breaks and scattered showers on Sunday with a high of 56. Right now it's 54 in Seattle.
Reliable, refreshing, and ready every morning. Seattle's Morning News.
Well, fall is in full swing, and if you're still looking for something fun to do, KIRO News Radio's Paul Holden has you covered.
It's Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday, what? It's Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday, what?
There might only be one thing on the mind of Mariners fans this weekend, but that's not the only big thing happening.
The Halloween fun continues as spooky season is well underway. In Tacoma, Fright House Square is turned into Fright House Square once again, with the event website hyping up new rooms, new frights, and a redesigned queue area. Plan ahead and get your tickets before you go. Hop aboard the Halloween train at the Snoqualmie Depot in Snoqualmie Valley to soak up all the fall colors during the 2-hour round-trip ride. Along the way, you'll enjoy a stopover at the Railway History Campus, where you'll have seasonal activities. Costumes are encouraged no matter your age, and you'll want to buy a ticket ahead of time. At the Seattle Chinese Garden, you can take a journey through the Forest of Shadows, where illusions will trick your senses as hidden creatures follow you each and every step. Do you dare take the trail? Get tickets and more at the event's website. We most likely have had our last 70-degree day, and the amount of daylight is less and less. So make sure you get your fix of outside fun during a free day at Washington State Parks. Today is World Mental Health Day, and if you need a break from the madness, get out and enjoy a state park. No discovery pass needed. Maybe a hike will help calm the nerves before first pitch. Make sure to plan ahead for parking and weather. At the Rainier Beach Community Club this weekend, it is the 9th Cascadia Poetry Festival. Here, poets can share their work and learn from other poets during panels, workshops, and performances. According to the event's website, the festival is about exploring poetry and its connection to the environmental, political, historical, and sociological pursuits within the Cascadia bioregion. You can get details on the poets attending and more on the event's website. At the Seattle Center, Turkfest will be taking over for 2 days of food, dancing, music, and Turkish culture. This is the 25th anniversary of the event that features live music, the food court with Turkish coffee, and the Turkish tea corner. That also includes a fresh bakery. There'll also be a child corner as well. The event is free to attend. Green Lake will be hosting the Seattle Water Lantern Festival this weekend. With your ticket, you will get a lantern kit that you and the family can decorate or write a message on before sending it out on the water. There will also be a scavenger hunt, food trucks, vendors, and more, giving you plenty to do during your night of reflection. If you're a sports fan this weekend, it's a busy one. There's a pretty big baseball game going down tonight at T-Mobile Park as the Mariners and Tigers face off in Game 5 of the ALDS. The University of Washington Huskies take on Rutgers tonight at 6. The Seattle Kraken are back in action, taking on the Vegas Golden Knights on Saturday at 7. And on the pitch this weekend, the Seattle Reign take on Bay FC tonight at 7:30, and the Sounders take on Real Salt Lake tomorrow at 6:30. Don't forget, tons of local farms are doing pumpkin patches, hay rides, corn mazes, and more fall fun. So make sure to search for the closest one near you and get out there and enjoy with the family. What Halloween plans do you have cooking? Let me know at paulh@KIRORadio.com. Paul Holden, KIRO News Radio.
I love this time of year. It's 7:39. Sully, what you have coming up in traffic?
Well, we're going to keep a really close eye on that traffic alert coming up out of the Tacoma area. We'll break it down for you next.
55-yard interception return by Easley.
Celebrating 50 years of Seahawks football.
Weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu. Pneumococcal weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
The stock market's on fire. AI stocks are performing at all-time levels. We hope you, like many of our investors, have taken advantage of it. A famous man once said, buy low, sell high. There's also $8 trillion of cash sitting on the sidelines. Investors are either scared or they don't know where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares profit with our investors. We've been doing it for 19 years, averaging double-digit returns with zero investor losses. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital and invest in our family of funds. From a 3-year investment with double-digit returns to only a 90-day commitment returning 7%. We also accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Cancer impacts so many families, including mine.
Former Washington Husky Mario Bailey here. My mother was treated for cancer at UW Medicine. As devastating as cancer is, there is hope because the Cancer Vaccine Institute is developing vaccines to treat and prevent the deadliest cancers. Patients who received vaccines over 20 years ago are still alive today. Please join me and make a donation to the Cancer Vaccine Institute at local Safeway stores. Learn more at uwcvi.org.
7:43 now. That's time for traffic. We do that every 10 minutes. Your turn, Sully.
And it is an ugly day. Coming up from the south end, we have a 12-mile backup on northbound I-5 from Fife all the way up to the Kent Des Moines Road. This is where the State Patrol is continuing to investigate a fatal crash involving a motorcycle. The accident happened about 5 hours ago, and they're still working on it. Only the HOV lane is open, so everyone has to merge over to the left, all 4 lanes. And so we're looking at an hour drive just from Tacoma to Federal Way. That 11 miles is an hour. That's about a 40-minute delay. And then you have an hour and a half from Federal Way to Seattle. That puts us at about an hour and 20 longer than we should be taking to go from Tacoma to Seattle. A lot of people have headed down to the Valley Freeway, and so we're running 30 minutes out of Auburn and an hour and 10, hour and 15 all the way from Puyallup. Big-time delays up the valley today. That slowing through Pacific is the normal stuff through the bridge strike, but after that, it's just volume. And then Renton to Bellevue is only running 20 minutes, and out of South Center up into Seattle, it's running 20 minutes as well. It's definitely Friday light there because of the situation to the south. Out of the north end, there are legitimate brake lights on southbound 405 as you make your way away from Linwood. We had a little crash in the right-hand lane right there at 527, but they moved off to the right lane, off to the right shoulder, excuse me. So 45 minutes or less from Everett to Bellevue, 35 from Everett to Seattle. Really quiet on that corridor today. Across the lake, no issues as we're making our way from Bellevue to Seattle. This report brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. Best place to watch your favorite sports, featuring wall-to-wall viewing screens, kiosks, and more. Be there, emeraldqueen.com.
Our forecast, we'll see some peaks of sunshine today, but scattered showers too. Lots of clouds and a high today of 60. Tomorrow looks like the wettest day of the weekend. Rain at times and 58. And then Sunday, we'll clear off a little bit. Back to some sun breaks, but scattered showers too. And a high of 56. Right now, it is mostly cloudy and 54 in Seattle. Hey, the Seattle Seahawks season is underway. We want to send you and one of 3 friends to watch the Seattle Seahawks game Monday, October 20th. All you need to do is open the KIRO Newsradio app, click the Win tab to find out how. If you don't already have the app, just text APP, A-P-P, to 888-973-5476. We'll send you a link to download. Enter daily to increase your chances to win. The contest runs through Monday, October 13th. Well, coming up, G. Scott is stopping by. We have Mariners, we have Seahawks, we have Kraken and Sounders and Huskies and rain. Oh my, what more could you want? We're going to talk to G about another amazing Seattle sports weekend coming up. And speaking of the Mariners, right now we have KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey inside T-Mobile Park. Luke?
Hey, good morning, everyone. We all know Tigers fans are weird, right? But did you know how weird? They only put one condiment on their hot dogs. It's ketchup. It's true. I asked a Tigers fan about it. Hear what she says coming up, Amanda.
All right, that's at 8:04. It's now 7:46.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is for you too. Stubborn fat is really hard to get rid of, and then there's all those gimmicky lasers, fat freezing methods, and prescriptions. Imagine a simple solution that takes just one day and provides immediate noticeable results. Introducing ProSculpt. ProSculpt uses air-assisted technology that's safe and gentle yet powerful, delivering instant fat-reducing and skin-tightening results. Performed by board-certified plastic surgeons while fully awake, ProSculpt contours your body with minimal downtime. It's designed to target those problem areas: waistline, neck, face, arms, thighs. ProSculpt gently removes unwanted fat and tightens loose skin with FDA-cleared plasma technology, all in a simple, guaranteed one-day procedure. ProSculpt is one and done. Schedule your free consultation at prosculpt.com for $250 off. For powerful permanent fat removal and skin tightening that works for ladies and you men, it's prosculpt.com.
Olympic Hot Tub has terrific ways to achieve total wellness at home. Saltwater hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and cold plunges, all waiting for you. You'll be saying, ah, in no time. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
If you use the carpool lanes along SR 167 after October 20th, you will need a Flex Pass set to HOV mode to ride free. That's a change. Having Good to Go always costs less than pay by mail. That is not a change. Learn more at goodtogo167.com.
It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we're honored to share that the Harnish Auto family has partnered with Mobile Memo Northwest to donate on your behalf. For every test drive at any of our 6 dealerships, including Subaru, Volkswagen, and Chevy Buick GMC of Puyallup, or Kia and Chevy of Everett. No purchase necessary, just hop in and take a spin. Together, we can make a huge difference in the fight against breast cancer. Harnish Auto Family, where people matter.
Seattle's morning news. Hear it live, stream it online, watch the show, or catch the podcast anytime on mynorthwest.com.
7:49, joining us now from the G and Ursula Show, which you can hear from 9 to noon right here on KIRO News Radio, and host of the Reset podcast, G. Scott.
Hey, good morning. By the way, the Reset podcast has been having some really good guests. We just had Matt Hasselbeck on there,
Awesome.
And if you get a chance, go to YouTube and subscribe. An amazing interview. Matt, not because of me, because of Matt.
He's great.
Matt Hasselbeck is one of the greatest human beings I've ever met. All right.
Okay.
First of all, you guys are excited about Mariners.
Well, here's the dealio. This time last week, we were saying, this has got to be the biggest Seattle sports weekend ever. Well, this one's nothing to sneeze at. What have you done so far this morning to jinx the Mariners, G?
Oh, wow.
Just kidding.
Wow.
Take it away.
Well, I've been trying to do the same thing. You know what I mean? I did. Okay. Since we're talking now, I ain't too much. Nope. Yeah, you're right.
G came in this morning and was like, "Why are there Cheetos in here?" And I was like,
"Yeah, why were the Cheetos? I didn't get the Cheetos. Why do we keep seeing dang on Cheetos all over the place?"
Because Depoto
you gotta
brings
listen
them
to the Rick Riz show every week, man.
Oh, wow!
Before every game, Depoto brings them to Rick Riz, and they're considered his lucky charm.
It was during the 10-game win streak, and since then, every single game,
Where
he's
you
got
been,
the
G?
Cheetos.
And so the Cheetos that have any correlation with these mustaches I keep seeing everybody have?
It's just another
What's up with these
superstitious
mustaches?
thing.
Why not? Hey, anyways.
Anyway, how you feeling?
I feel good. I do feel good. I mean, it feels like Omar's coming, right, with their pitcher, with the Detroit Tigers and everything. But it's going to be there in T-Mobile Park. And I'm going to say something. We, Mariner fans, Seattle, we deserve this, right? It's been 30 years. This is the time. 30 years ago this month, this is when OJ got acquitted. This is the time for us to happen. This is our time for the Mariners to take care of business. I'm sick and tired. As much as I love hearing about that 95, the slide and the double and everything, it's been great.
Funny. That's
exactly what I was saying. I was like, that's objectively one of the greatest calls of all time. But
I'm tired of talking
let's
about
make a new one,
I mean, imagine you are with your new significant other and your new lady keeps saying, "Oh, I had such a great time." But let me tell you, about 30 years ago when Charlie and I, don't nobody hear nothing about your ex. You know what I mean? This is one of those times. It is time to recreate. There are people that are 30 years old right now saying, "I wasn't here. I don't know what you guys are talking about." Let's create something new today. Let's create. Okay, here we go.
We're hoping for a Cal Raleigh walk-off.
You know what I want right off the bat? Bottom of the first inning, when Skubal takes the mound, when the Mariners are up to bat, I want to hear the crowd so loud that I think Dingler is their catcher's name. I want him to not be able to hear what the pitch should be, and I want there to be miscommunication. I want the ball to go flying. I don't want them to be able to hear anything. I want the crowd to be that loud, right?
I think that's
like a
achievable.
Seahawks game.
All right, let's all do this. Let's go around the horn. Monday, we're going to be back here, right, and having this conversation.
Now you're making me nervous.
I'm going to say it right now. When we come back on Monday, we're going to be talking about Julio. That's who I'm calling it right now. That I don't know what he's going to do, but that's the guy.
Well, am I right in thinking the ALCS begins Sunday in Toronto?
Yeah, so we'll have a one-game lead.
I literally have not.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I've not given myself
one game at a time.
the grace to check. I'm like, Game 5 is all that I care about at this point.
Who knows what we're going to be like on Monday?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I hope to be very happy.
And then the Seahawks travel to Jacksonville.
Morning
and so
game.
what do you all need to know about Jacksonville? It's not the same Jacksonville. This Jacksonville is really good. Look out for their middle linebacker, number 0. He has like 3-4 interceptions on the season. This defense that they're getting ready to play against, the defense for Jacksonville is very good, and Jacksonville can also run the ball. So the key for the Seahawks to win this game, remember I said they are going to have to stop the run because that running back, they are extremely good. So to be successful on the road, which, by the way, I'm not doubting it because the Seahawks right now in the last 10 games are 9-1 on the road under Mike McDonald, so they do well on the road.
And they stuffed the run. Even last week against Tampa Bay, they were pretty good.
That's the thing about that thing with Tampa Bay. They did stuff the run, but they kept biting for the play action. And I don't even want to get into that.
All right.
But
Nick has given me the eye. We need to move along.
My bad.
No, you're good.
Gee, we can't wait to talk on Monday. Hopefully, we're all in a good mood and celebrating. All right, right now we need to check traffic. We do that every 10 minutes. Sully?
Gee, you do scenarios, is it at 10:30? 10:45. Okay, well, you'll be just about to start scenarios if you're leaving Tacoma right now.
Yeah,
that's when you'll get to Seattle. About 10:30. Maybe a little after, but the positive news, all lanes of northbound I-5 have just reopened.
Oh, thank heavens.
Past the scene of this fatal crash investigation right there at the Kent Des Moines Road. It's a 2.5-hour drive from Tacoma to Seattle. An hour alone just to Federal Way. Hour and 10 from Puyallup to Renton. The rest of the map looks Friday light. I'll give you the rest of the travel times in 10. This report brought to you by Wilcox Family Farms Eggs. Fresh food comes from local farms. For healthier eggs with 3 times the omega-3s, choose Wilcox Omega-3 eggs at Costco, locally fresh since 1909.
Thank you. We have scattered showers and sun breaks in the forecast for your Friday, a high of 60. Rain at times for tomorrow, more steady than what we will see today. And then Sunday, back to scattered showers and sun breaks. Coming up in just a moment, we'll take you live to T-Mobile Park, where we'll find Luke Ducey. This is Seattle's Morning News.
If your closets are bursting at the seams like the Curley household, it's time to call the pros at Closets by Design Seattle. Every job is completely custom. Free in-home design consultation. Right now, they're offering big savings up to 40% off, plus an additional 15% off with 18 months financing and free installation. You're getting the quality and backing of a national brand, but with friendly local Seattle service. Go to closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN to schedule your free in-home design consultation today.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
Health insurance is broken, but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you, because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
Fall is here, school is back, and business will soon be booming with the upcoming holiday season. But you can be ready with help from WaFd Bank.
That's right, Dave. And WaFd Bank offers services like payment processing to do it, which offers your customers the option to pay their way, whether that's through kiosk, mobile, online, or contactless. You'll also have the option to get access to other services to efficiently run your business, like projection programs for income and expenses, so you can focus on what really powers your business, your customers.
Those sound like some pretty helpful tools. What about help if things don't work the way they should, Brad?
No worries there, Dave. With payment processing, all businesses get industry-leading security and personalized help from dedicated IT support, so they can get back to the important stuff. With a variety of business accounts to fit your specific needs and other services to take things to the next level, we've got the knowledge and offerings to make your business goals a reality.
Music to my ears, Brad. To learn more, visit wafedbank.com or visit your local branch. Wafed Bank, built for business. Member FDIC.
You've been wiring pounds to a second wife in London.
It's not what it looks like.
And here she is now.
Sure it isn't.
Hello, darling.
Elizabeth?
Did you know our husband used a bank instead of Wise to send you money?
What an imbecile. Well,
see, even your secret wife knows that banks are slow and hide fees in overseas transfers.
Those cheaters.
If you want to send money overseas, use Wise. They're faster and they don't hide fees.
You can save up to 70% when you send money abroad. Be smart. Get Wise. Learn more by visiting wise.com. T's and C's apply.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Spike O'Neill here. Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens gave me back the perfect vision I had up until a few years ago. Now, never need glasses again, never develop cataracts. Been about 6 months since my RLE surgery. My vision is better than it's ever been in my life. Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens, privately owned, no corporate shareholders or boardrooms. Dr. Sharp built his business on the principle of always strive to overaccomplish, never overprice. Call 425-451-2020 or go online to sharp-vision.com. That's sharp with an e-vision.com. Official eye care providers of Sounders FC.
Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealer with the largest selection of Subarus in Washington. With over 800 vehicles in stock, they have exactly what you're looking for with savings you'll love. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Steve Kathan. A ceasefire is in effect in Gaza, part of the initial phase of the peace plan that within days is expected to feature the release of all hostages held by Hamas. CBS's Haley Ott.
In Gaza this morning, that earlier before noon local, there were still Israeli attacks being carried out in Gaza, and health officials there said at least 8 people were killed today. But now, people in Gaza appear to be able to move back towards Gaza City using certain routes, but a visibly emotional IDF spokesperson just a little while ago made a statement saying that Israeli troops had withdrawn to that agreed upon line we've been hearing about within Gaza as stipulated in the White House plan. So things appear to be on track and the ceasefire appears to be holding.
Well, CBS's Natalie Brand is at the White House.
The president is expected to visit Egypt and Israel. He said that he wants to be there, hopes to be there as hostages start getting released. We also know that he's going to be in attendance for a ceremonial signing of this peace deal that he and his team helped to broker. And he's been invited to address Israel's parliament, the Knesset.
The White House says the Nobel Committee put politics over peace by picking someone other than President Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize. Selected for the honor was a Venezuelan opposition leader who's been living in hiding in her country. Here's how the chairman of the Nobel Committee put it.
As the leader of the democratic forces in Venezuela, Maria Corina Machado is one of the most extraordinary examples of civilian courage in Latin America in recent times.
National Guard troops are out patrolling in Memphis for the first time, as we hear from CBS's Michael Wallace.
Guard members first arrived in Memphis 2 weeks ago, but today is the first day they've been seen on the streets.
Some troops were spotted outside of Bass Pro Shops posing for photos with visitors. Memphis's police chief has asked that the Guard have a presence in retail corridors and help direct traffic. Democratic Mayor Paul Young has said he wants the troops to help local police target violent offenders, not scare or intimidate the general public.
That deployment comes a day after a federal judge in Illinois blocked troops in the Chicago area for at least 2 weeks. 2 strong earthquakes have shaken the southern Philippines. There's been damage to some buildings and at least 7 deaths. Now to Manchester, England. And the funeral procession today for boxing champion Ricky Hatton, who died last month at 46. Checking Wall Street. Right now the Dow is down 274 points. The S&P is down 47. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive. See why over 43 million drivers trust Progressive to stay protected on the road. See for yourself at Progressive.com.
It's 8:03. We have a little progress report on the roads. Chris Sullivan, what's happening?
Well, we've picked up about 2 miles in the backup so far after this fatal crash investigation on northbound I-5. All lanes have cleared right by the Kent-Des Moines Road, and we've definitely see it thinned out approaching the scene. However, we still have a 10-mile backup that starts in Fife and goes all the way up to about 272nd before starting to thin out. So we're getting there. It's still not safe to get back on I-5 yet. A 10-mile backup is going to take a while to clear. We still have about 55 minutes from Tacoma to Federal Way. That's still about 35 minutes to 40 minutes slower than normal. And we still have about an hour and 20 all the way to Seattle. So it's still well over 2 hours and 15 minutes from Tacoma to the Seattle area. A lot of people have gone down to the Valley Freeway. And so we are going bumper to bumper from about the Auburn area on up into Kent. We've got about a 30-minute trip from Auburn and about an hour and 15 all the way from the Puyallup area. Southbound 167 continues to struggle through the Sumner area. We have a crash right there at 512. Looking at the rest of the map, Friday light. 40 minutes Everett to Bellevue, about 35 Everett to Seattle. Rented to Bellevue's under 25, and the Lake Bridges are fine. This report brought to you by Kia of Everett. During the month of October, for every new Kia sold, Kia of Everett will donate to a local breast cancer research and support program. To do this, let's do this. Kia of Everett, simple, easy, fun.
Good morning. It is 8:04. It's Friday, the 10th day of October. Charlie Harger will be back on Monday. I'm Manda Factor, and winner takes all. The Mariners and Tigers set for a showdown under the lights at T-Mobile Park, a Game 5 that could rewrite Seattle baseball history. May sound like I'm exaggerating. I'm not. KIRO Newsradio's Luke Ducey is live inside T-Mobile Park with a preview. Luke?
It's going to happen. There's no exaggeration there. It will happen. It's going to be a fantastic game. There's already a buzz inside T-Mobile Park here this morning. The cleaning crews and the maintenance crews are all getting the stadium ready right now. You might hear them kind of working in the background every now and then. When you cover stories like this inside T-Mobile Park, the Mariners PR team, the one thing they tell you is whatever you do, you can do a lot of things, but do not touch the grass. I've got a video going up on the YouTube feed if you're watching on YouTube right now, and you'll see what I mean here. The grass is very delicate, they tell me. It is absolutely gorgeous, I'll tell you that. But did you know this? They have grow lights in the outfield right now, right over the areas where the outfielders mostly stand during games, so they're trying to regrow that grass. Do you all know where those grow lights come from?
No.
Sully, I heard Sully laughing. Well, any guesses?
The Rain Man's pot shop?
That was my guess.
Close. Close. They come from Amsterdam because apparently they know how to grow grass in Amsterdam. I'll let you make that connection. Yeah, there you go. All right.
We digress.
Are you all pumped up?
Yes,
let's get pumped up then. All right, good. I am too. I am so pumped, but let's do it again. Let's get more pumped up than we are right now with another great Mariners call. Let's take you back to 2012, right over there from that pitcher's mound that I'm looking at.
The 2-2. He got him! 34 years, 119 games. It's finally happened. A perfect game by a Seattle Mariner. It was done by the King, Felix Hernandez.
Great memories, great call, and we're going to make some new memories tonight. I guarantee it. But right now, it's time to play Tigers Fans Are Weird. And you can tease them tonight at the game when you see them after I tell you this little story. So I've been doing a lot of research on Detroit over the last couple of days. Turns out the city is obsessed with ketchup. Who knew? They put it on everything. And Tigers fans will only put ketchup on their hot dogs, nothing else. In fact, it all came to a head not too long ago when one vendor at Comerica Park, his name is Charlie Marcuse, famously refused to serve hot dogs with ketchup. He said, nope, not doing it. And eventually he was fired. But he also, get this, used to sing to fans who bought his hot dogs. Golf clap. Yeah, that's about 10 seconds you won't get back. Don't blame me. Blame Detroit, though. Sounds crazy, doesn't it? Yesterday, though, you know what? On the streets of Seattle, I found a Tigers fan from the Motor City, and I asked her once and for all. Because I heard that no one puts mustard on their hot dogs at Comerica Park. It's always ketchup.
Oh. Hot dogs are good with ketchup.
But everyone knows mustard goes better, or cream cheese and onions. A Seattle dog.
No one would put cream cheese or onions in it. Not in Detroit.
Well, they do in Seattle.
Don't knock it till you try it, lady.
Can you believe that? Ketchup. That's all they do. All right. Whatever. You know what we should do here, fans, if you're listening, if you're going to the game, steal the ketchup tonight. Don't let them have any ketchup. First pitch is 5:08 tonight. Sound Transit is running special trains to the game, so check their times on their website. You can buy tickets. The cheapest one, again, I've been saying it all morning, about $200, $225 for the cheap seats up in the upper deck. I say cheap seats. I shouldn't say that. They're all great seats here at this stadium, actually. Parking. $95 right next to the stadium in the private lots, but I know that Sully on Spot Hero has found $50 right across the street. That's fantastic. Hey, coming up at the bottom of the hour, I asked AI and I researched a bunch of computer models. Who's gonna win tonight? I think we all kind of want to know. I'm going to give you that honest truth coming up. For now, we're live inside T-Mobile Park. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Kind of enjoying dark Luke. Thank you very much.
He is actively telling people to steal ketchup at T-Mobile Park.
Nice. It's a busy night for Seattle sports fans, and it's not just the Mariners. Across the street, the Rain hit the pitch at Lumen Field at 7:30. The Huskies kick off at 6 on Montlake. Tomorrow, the Sounders play their final home match of the season. The Kraken hosting the Vegas Golden Knights tomorrow night. Did we mention they won their home opener for the first time in franchise history, 3-1 over Anaheim yesterday?
But here's in front. They score! That's hockey, baby! Jared McCann right on the spot. 3-1, Seattle.
That's sound courtesy of the NHL. What a time to be a Seattle sports fan. The Seahawks, they're on the road this weekend. They'll face Jacksonville Sunday morning at 10 o'clock.
Keeping you informed since 1974. This is the city's longest-running radio news show.
Seattle's Morning News on KIRO Newsradio.
Okay, if that doesn't get you going, I don't know what will. It's 8:10. It's Seattle's Morning News for your Friday. It's October 10th. Charlie Harger is off today. He'll be back Monday. I'm Manda Factor. Chris Sullivan is here. Producer David Burbank. Katrina Gishard is at the news desk. And Nick Krasha, the man we are all jealous of because he's going to the game tonight, is in the control room.
Still not too late to get tickets on resale, you know.
I know. I'm going to wait till the last second and see if I can get something for cheap.
Very least, go down to the stadium area.
Yeah.
Get a beer, hang out with the fans.
I'm going to test the water and see how the game is going, and I might have to head to Soto. All right. We hope you have fun at the game, Nick, and we hope for a win. Coming up this hour on the show, the Seahawks too. The Mike McDonald preview, in case you forgot, the Seahawks are playing their game this weekend. Plus, consumer man Herb Weisbaum will warn of the latest tactic from scammers trying to get your financial information. Paul Holden will get us ready for the weekend. We do have some serious stuff happening this morning, too. Pierce County deputies are investigating a chilling double homicide in Spanaway. A 57-year-old man and 54-year-old woman were found dead with gunshot wounds inside a home late last night. Here's Deputy Carly Capetto.
Another 14-year-old female was located alive and hiding in a bedroom closet. The 14-year-old was not involved and was released to family members.
Deputies are investigating what led to that shooting, and Seattle police searching for a suspect after a shooting rocked Capitol Hill last night. This happened near Broadway and East Pike Street, killing one victim, injuring another. This witness spoke with KIRO 7 TV.
We took cover behind this brick column right behind you here once we realized that it was actually gunfire and not something else.
One victim was shot once in the torso, several times in the back. He was taken to the hospital where he died from his injuries. The second victim, a bystander, took themselves to the hospital with a gunshot wound to the leg. It's unclear what led to that shooting. If the government shutdown continues, U.S. military personnel will miss their first paychecks next Wednesday. Lawmakers from both parties, as well as President Trump, have expressed support for a bill to pay troops despite the shutdown. Washington Democratic Congressman Adam Smith is the ranking member of the House Armed Services Committee.
I support it, too. Mike Johnson has apparently said today that he doesn't support it. So I think that's something that will really make it look like that what the Republicans want to do is they want to inflict as much pain on federal workers and the American people as they possibly can.
Speaker Johnson has said there's already been a vote on the continuing resolution to fund the government. He says now it's up to the Senate to reopen the government. It's 8:12. That's time for a check on the weather. And it is sponsored by State Roofing and Exteriors. We're going to see some peaks of sunshine today, otherwise scattered showers and a high of 60. For the weekend, not too bad. Tomorrow looks like steady rain at times in 58, but back to some sun breaks by Sunday with scattered showers in 56. Right now in Seattle, it is 54, and at 8:13, it's time for traffic. We do that every 10 minutes. Take it away, Sully.
Trying to figure out if
you
there's
look puzzled. I just looked up and saw your
I'm just
expression.
trying to figure out if there's any trash talking I can do about Detroit. And I think about the only thing is you could drive south into Canada.
There you go.
But I'm not sure if that's a dig at them or not, because that's kind of cool. It's the only place in America you can drive south into Canada. I did it during Super Bowl 40. It was very weird.
We'll leave the trash talking to Luke then.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, but angry Luke is better than attempted angry Chris. I'm just not good at it. Positive news. We've picked up about 20 minutes on the I-5 northbound drive now that we've cleared this long-term crash we had up at the Kent-Des Moines Road. It's still brutal out there. It's still a 2-hour trip from Tacoma to Seattle with the brake lights beginning right there at the Port of Tacoma Road. It's still an hour to go from Tacoma to Federal Way, but then an hour from Federal Way to Seattle. So not great, but it's getting better. A lot of people have headed down to the Valley Freeway. We've been talking about that all morning. We've got about an hour and 15-minute trip from Puyallup to Renton. That includes the brake lights through Pacific and the lane reductions, and then really heavy traffic from Auburn up through Kent. And then Renton to Bellevue, the S-curves have finally started to get a little red, so that's 25 minutes up into Bellevue. Still faster than you might expect. Looks like we finally cleared the crash, or most of it, on southbound 167 right there approaching Meridian. That's why we were slow coming down through Sumner. Most of the rest of Pierce County's in fine shape. The lake bridges are quiet. Coming down from the north end, about 40 minutes from Everett to Bellevue, 35 Everett to Seattle. This report brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. Best place to watch your favorite sports, featuring wall-to-wall viewing screens, kiosks, and more. Be there, emeraldqueen.com.
It's 8:14. An alternative halftime experience is on the horizon as we hear from KIRO News Radio's Katrina Gashard.
Turning Point USA, the organization founded by the late Charlie Kirk, says it will host its own halftime show. Turning Point says it's for anyone offended by the NFL selection of Bad Bunny to entertain Super Bowl fans in February. Conservatives have been critical of the Puerto Rican reggaeton star who sings in Spanish for not touring in the U.S. over fears of ICE raids at his concerts. Turning Point USA calls its production the All-American Halftime Show. Names of performers and events are to come.
All right, thanks, Katrina. It's 8:15.
Hear from the coach first.
Here we go, start fast! Here we go!
This is the Mike McDonald Preview. Here's your host, Steve Rabel.
Coach, always a pleasure to talk to you and to get your take on not only quickly what happened last week, but then mostly what's going on this week. That tough last-second loss last week. How did the guys respond when they come in Monday, and how quickly do they let go of it, and maybe more importantly, how quickly do you and the coaches let go and get on to the next thing at hand?
Yeah, it's tough. I have a hard time even asking our guys to just let it go. You know, it's something that I think you should feel. You should feel that like pain of a missed opportunity, of not playing our best football, and it's hard. You know, it's hard. And I think there's mixed emotions, and I think you have to embrace those emotions to a certain extent. Like, you know, it's okay to be mad. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to be frustrated. You know, it's like you got to feel those things. Now you can't let it. You can't let it, numb you, or you can't let it, kind of freeze you from moving forward. You have to you have to stick to it. Like, the process doesn't mean you're just kind of spinning your wheels. The process means you have to move forward and you have to learn from, and it's easy to critique what showed up on the tape. And, a lot of that is, technique things and, our mindset in those moments, how we call things, everything's on the table in terms of that. However, I think you're really evaluating what you did go into those things and what got you to those moments, and you try to learn from them. But you do have to move forward, because the season is unrelenting, and the schedule goes on, and there is another team around the corner that you have to put 100% in terms of preparing for as well, to give yourself a chance to go win the game. So that does help now in the league. The nature of our business is, you do have to move on to the next game and focus all your attention to the next opponent. Otherwise, it's not going to be good for you.
Well, and fair to say that player buy-in obviously is at absolute top of that list. You can see all the corrections you need to make in the world, but if the players aren't buying in, they probably won't take it on. And Leo Williams said this week, he said, the best teams are player-led. And I'm guessing you're going to agree with that.
Absolutely. Yeah, no doubt. It's you don't think of a lot of Super Bowl teams where the guys are on the podium after the game, and it's only the head coach. It's all those players, those critical players that lead the charge, and we know that, and we're shooting for that. And we have great leaders in our football team, but that's definitely the destination.
Okay, you mentioned that the season is on the move, and of course we're heading back to Florida, or going to Florida for the second straight team coming out of Florida. This is a 4-1 team. The defending they beat the defending AFC champs, Kansas City, on Monday Night Football. Obviously, talking about the Jaguars. They beat the Niners this season. Who are these guys, and why are they playing so well?
Well, they're playing with a lot of confidence. They have a talented roster, and I think the new coaching staff has done a great job in the time. Look, you're talking to a guy that knows what it's like in a year's time to try to get everything aligned and moving in the direction you want, and they're doing that. So you got to give them a lot of credit for doing that. We respect them for what they're showing on tape, and what they're showing on tape is a cohesive, tough, efficient. Three phases working together, complementary football team that has found ways to win multiple ways. This past game, winning late, they've won with having the lead and maintaining leads. So what they're doing is impressive, but they're a really good football team.
Sam Darnold, he continues to play great, but and I only ask this because I was literally almost at a loss. I was screaming and yelling. I have no idea what it was I exactly said at this moment in the game. But can you explain to me how he extended that play and then hit Torrey Horton with 3 minutes left to play to give you the lead? I mean, we almost came out of the booth at that point. It was just an amazing play, and the guy just continues to make plays like that.
He does. That's part of what makes Sam really special. Is this guy? We live it. On defense, we see these guys throughout the league, and I think Sam's doing is just as good as anybody, if not better, of playing on time, letting the plays speak to you. But now that's multiple plays throughout the season now, in critical moments where he's extended plays, and you can see that kind of that artistic ability to his game, where when it's not perfect, to take calculated risk, but also use his athleticism and extend plays, and have some kind of wizardry to it, which is really cool. And we need him to keep doing that in those critical moments for us. But it's nothing that's out of his game. That's part of what makes him such a great player, and just continue to keep letting him rip.
Okay, final question. You're 9-1 on the road. You've won 8 straight out of Lumen Field, and I know for a fact you've talked about it before. It's not just what you do once you get on the plane, or once you get to Jacksonville. So what do you do like during the week as far as getting healthy, maybe streamlining the game plan, getting more rest, all those things, all of the above, to get ready to play a game like this on the road?
Yeah. So, I mean, this is probably our toughest road trip, because it's the furthest, and 2, it's going to be probably the warmest and most humid. So it's going to be in a climate that we're not necessarily used to. And frankly, we're gonna have guys that haven't really been with us that are gonna be playing in this game that's new for them. So they really have to do a great job of map. To me, I think, like, for me, it took me a few days, even last year, to get used to the cadence of going east and playing a 10 a.m. game. And so I underestimated the importance of having, almost like an hour by hour approach of, what I'm going to be doing and having a strategy going into the game so I can feel my best. And so that's the approach we're taking this week, is really encouraging those guys, taking them through what the schedule will look like, what are the strategies they're going to have, really starting today, going into the, banking sleep, getting hydrated, having a plan for the plane, having a plan for Saturday. All those things are really important, so you can feel as best you can on an early start on Sunday.
Well, we're looking forward to it. Mike, as always, thank you for taking time. We will talk pregame, obviously, a little more X's and O's, but appreciate it. Have a safe trip back there. I'll see you on the plane.
Great. All right. Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Bob.
All right, bye.
Well, we're talking about the Seahawks, the season underway. We want to send you and 3 friends to watch the Seahawks game Monday, October 20th. All you have to do is open the KIRO Newsradio app, click the Win tab to find out how. If you don't already have the app, just text app to 888-973-5476. We'll send you a link to download. Enter daily to increase your chances. This contest runs through Monday, October 13th. It's 8:23. That's time to check traffic. We do that every 10 minutes. And here's Chris Sullivan.
And we are back under 2 hours for the first time in a long time from Tacoma to Seattle. It's still going to be very difficult from, say, the Port of Tacoma Road through Fife up to 18 and up to about 320th before things start settling out a little bit. It's still about 55 minutes from Tacoma to Federal Way, which is about 35 to 40 minutes behind schedule. But then we're back down to 50 minutes total from Federal Way to Seattle. So we're getting there. It's just going to take a long time. There's very heavy braking on eastbound 18 going away from I-5 down to the valley to try to avoid some of the stuff to the north, but you don't need to do that anymore because we're thinning out. But we're still at 30 minutes out of Auburn and an hour and 15 all the way from Puyallup. There's a lot of braking from Sumner up through the bridge strike zone there at Pacific. So plan on big time delays there up the Valley Freeway. Once you get to Renton, the S-curves are a little active, but we're under 30 minutes to make it to Bellevue, probably closer to 25. The Lake Bridge is still very quiet. Coming out of the north end, just a little heavy braking right there at 522 on southbound 405. I-5 a little bit in the shoreline, a little bit across the Ship Canal Bridge, but overall 35 minutes Everett to Seattle, 40 Everett to Bellevue. This report brought to you by Washington 811. If you're digging in your yard, the law requires you to call 811 to avoid dangerous and costly damage. Call 811 or submit online digsafewa.com.
Wrapping up the week with scattered showers and sunbreaks and 64 today. The rain will be steady at times for tomorrow and 58, but tapering off to scattered showers again on Sunday. Right now, it's cloudy and 54 in Seattle. And coming up, KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey inside T-Mobile Park this morning, where they're getting ready for tonight's Game 5. Also, consumer man Herb Weisbaum on the latest trending scam that you do not want to fall for. That's coming up on Seattle's Morning News.
That sensation we're all feeling right now?
It's the playoffs, man.
That's playoff fever.
They're going to look good. They're going to win at home, and then we all won.
Yes. They're the talk of the town.
So excited I can hardly stand it.
KIRO News Radio has all the Mariners buzz.
Some of us even ate dirt. Some of us try to sway the outcome.
And our partner Seattle Sports has the games.
A winning solution. Hearing Rick call
You're gonna wanna hear
home
Rick.
run. You talk about a no-doubter.
Listen free on the Seattle Sports app.
Upgrade your home comfort and save 20% during the Bob's Heating preseason furnace sale. With great savings plus free financing on heat pumps, water heaters, generators, and more, our award-winning team has what you need to stay cozy this chilly season at a cost you're comfortable with. Voted best in the Pacific Northwest, we're honored to be your dedicated home comfort company since 1957. Call Bob's and save today.
Bob's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call Bob.
Cancer impacts so many families, including mine. Former Washington Husky Mario Bailey here. My mother was treated for cancer at UW Medicine. As devastating as cancer is, there is hope because the Cancer Vaccine Institute is developing vaccines to treat and prevent the deadliest cancers. Patients who received vaccines over 20 years ago are still alive today. Please join me and make a donation to the Cancer Vaccine Institute at local Safeway stores. Learn more at uwcvi.org.
Let's go.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age. making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit. Accurate Auto Body.
If you've been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit. Accurate Auto Body.
Fall rains can expose hidden roof problems, and once water gets in, the damage only gets worse. Is your roof ready for the season? Hi, Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. At State Roofing and Exteriors, we repair and replace roofs with a quality you've trusted for decades. And yes, we also provide siding, windows, decks, and gutters to keep your entire home protected. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to schedule a free estimate. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
This October, the Harnish Auto family is partnering up with Mobile Mammo Northwest in the fight against breast cancer. Mobile Mammo Northwest provides accessible mammograms to women across the Puget Sound, bringing early detection and care to those who need it most. For every test drive taken at a Harnish Auto family dealership, we will donate on your behalf. Join us in supporting Mobile Mammo Northwest at the Harnish Auto family, where people matter.
Are your investment dollars working as hard as they should be? You've spent years building your future. Don't let outdated advice put it at risk. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. We're a veteran-owned firm proud to bring a new standard of financial care to the Seattle area. Our nationally recognized advisors are fiduciaries, ethically bound to put your interests first. That's the highest standard of care in the industry. As a privately held company, we answer to you, our valued clients, not shareholders. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a customized plan. From Bellevue to Tacoma, get advice you can count on. It's time to take a fresh look at your financial plan. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-656-3300. That's 206-656-3300. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter, dream bigger.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Spike O'Neill here. Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens gave me back the perfect vision I had up until a few years ago. Now, never need glasses again. Never develop cataracts. Been about 6 months since my RLE surgery. My vision is better than it's ever been in my life. Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens, privately owned, no corporate shareholders or boardrooms. Dr. Sharp built his business on the principle of always strive to overaccomplish, never overprice. Call 425-451-2020 or go online to sharp-vision.com. That's sharp-vision.com. Official eye care providers of Sounders FC.
Hey, it's Brock Ewart here, and you got to take the First Mark Insurance Challenge. It could save you a lot of money and get your family better coverage. First Mark has saved my family thousands of dollars every year. Take the First Mark Challenge. It's totally free. Just simply go to firstmarkinsurance.com.
Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and MyNorthwest.com.
Live from Eastlake Avenue,
Seattle's morning news.
Good morning. It's 8:30. The stage is set at T-Mobile Park. One game, one night, one shot to keep the dream alive. The Mariners and Tigers meet in a do-or-die Game 5 with a trip to the ALCS on the line. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey has been live all morning inside T-Mobile Park. It sounds like you are having a blast, Luke.
I am having a blast. What a morning. Thank you for inviting me in, Mariners, to T-Mobile Park. You know, the maintenance crews are out right now. They got the leaf blowers going. I hope they don't blow any of these sunflower seeds away. They haven't yet outside the Mariners dugout where I'm standing on the dirt here. not touching the grass. They have just uncovered the pitcher's mound. Kind of exciting, not too far away from me. They're starting to work on the pitcher's mound, getting it ready for Game 5. We've done a lot this morning, haven't we? We got some chewed up sunflower seeds for David. That's on the way, buddy. We got that for you. You got it. We talked about the outfield grow lights from Amsterdam. That was fun. Again, Mariners PR, I did not touch the grass, so that's good. And now we're looking at a great Game 5 tonight. You know, we've been trying to get you pumped up, listeners, all morning long with some great Mariners calls from the past. Let's go back to 1995 for one more. The big unit strikes out Tim Salmon for the Angels to win the AL West.
The 1-2 pitch. Key inserted. It's over right over the heart of the plate. Randy looks to the skies. That is covered by the dome and bedlam as the Mariners now erupt. 19 long years of frustration is over.
Oh, isn't that fantastic? So who's going to win the game tonight? Well, I asked AI and went over some computer models as well. Here's what they came up with, folks.
I'm
God
scared.
Honest truth. No, it's okay. I think you're okay. Fox Sports model predicts the Mariners win 5-4. 3 out of 6 sports reporters with the Detroit Free Press, remember I've been telling you they're weird, say the Mariners win this game. That we'll take that. Co-Pilot predicts Mariners 4, Tigers 3. ChatGPT thinks the Mariners score between 3 and 5 runs, the Tigers between 2 and 4 runs. So if that doesn't convince you, though, yeah, we'll take it, right? If that doesn't convince you, though, I also talked with a renowned sports psychologist yesterday, Dr. Daniel Wan, at Murray State, all the way over in Kentucky. If you're nervous about tonight, I know, Manda, you are. I know I am. Here's what you should do.
I absolutely would tell every fan up there, in the Northwest, just enjoy the ride. Don't get so caught up in the outcome that you forget to enjoy the game. Each pitch is going to be fun, if you will let it be fun.
Yeah, we're going to let it be fun. I promise you, Doctor. He also told me, though, what the players and what he tells players about games like this.
I absolutely would tell every fan up there, in the Northwest, just enjoy the ride. Don't get so caught up in the outcome that you forget to enjoy the game. Each pitch is going to be fun, if you will let it be fun.
And we're just going to reiterate that. I love it, and I'm going to take that to heart as well.
If it's a one-run game, like the AI models are saying, it's not going to be fun for me. Can we score 20 runs and
in the first?
And keep Detroit to 0 runs?
That's what I kind of want to, right? Just to be safe. 3 runs and going to cut it like last game 4. First pitch tonight, 5:08. Sound Transit is running special trains, extra trains to the game. Just check their website for the times. You can still buy tickets, a lot of them on the resale market, and they'll go down the closer we get to first pitch. $225 is the lowest I've seen right now. Or heck, you can pay up to about $3,000 for the Diamond Club seats. A lot of parking, a lot of prices out there from $50 to $95 right now. I'll tell you what, guys, I'm inspired by that doctor right now. I think the Mariners will win tonight. I really do. But in all seriousness, no matter what, we've had a great morning with all the listeners. This team and this organization, they've given us so much this season. Great memories this season. And maybe we just want to say thank you, Mariners. Now, let's go win this whole effing thing, right?
Oh, Luke. Quoting Cal Raleigh. Sheesh.
Didn't say it.
All right. Well, I agree.
Let's do it.
Okay.
That's how I feel. Let's do it.
Luke Ducey live with us from T-Mobile Park. Just one more note. Seattle is rallying behind the team. Today, Mayor Bruce Harrell joins civic and sports leaders at City Hall to raise the team flag. It's all ahead of Game 5. You can catch all the action, by the way, on our sister station, 710 Seattle Sports. All right, a little bit late, but we need to check traffic. We do that every 10 minutes, Sully.
And it's great to be here on Luke's last show. Northbound I-5 from Federal Way up into Federal Way continues to be a struggle after this long-term crash we had up at the Kent-Des Moines Road. But the good news is we're picking up the pace slowly but surely. It's 45 minutes from Tacoma to Federal Way, so we're back down to a half an hour delay. Now that everyone who's trapped there is kind of moving north, the pack is kind of moving from Federal Way up to the Kent-Des Moines Road and then thinning out after that. About an hour all the way from Federal Way to Seattle. So that puts us at an hour and 45 all the way from Tacoma. A lot of people headed down to the Valley Freeway. It's over 30 minutes out of Auburn, plus the normal stuff in Pacific, hour and 15-minute trip for you guys. Rented to Bellevue, not too bad at all. 25 minutes out of the north end, 35 from Everett to Seattle, about 38 from Everett
Everett to Bellevue. Lake Bridges, quiet. This report brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. Best place to watch your favorite sports, featuring wall-to-wall viewing screens, kiosks, and more. EmeraldQueen.com.
Seattle's morning news. Always live, always connected. Stream, watch, subscribe, and share at mynorthwest.com.
It's now 8:36. Identity thieves have found a new way to steal your sensitive personal and financial information by calling with an update about your loan, a loan you never applied for. Consumer man Herb Weisbaum, a contributing editor at checkbook.org, is here with us to explain how this phone scam works. But first, why the fancy jacket on a Friday, Herb?
Mariners fever. What can I tell you?
All right, tell us more about this scam.
We all celebrate in our different ways. This con, Amanda, starts with a robocall, and the person calling is various names. It could be Evelyn or Mark or Jason or Veronica, and they claim to be calling from a fictitious lending company with a made-up name such as Union Funding or Lending Union or Nationwide Lending Service. And while the names may differ, the message is always the same. Your loan has been approved, but your application is about to expire. Take a listen.
Hi, this is Mark from the Business Lending Division. You were referred to us a while ago, and I've been reviewing your file. It looks like you're still in good standing for up to $180,000 in line of credit for your business. We just need to confirm a couple of quick things, mainly updated revenue, and once that's done, funding could be out within a few days.
All right, Herb, what is going on here? Why call people who didn't apply for a loan in the first place?
And by the way, as you may have noticed, Amanda, that these are convincing sounding messages. It's very friendly people trying to help you. I don't know if they're real people or AI generated voices, but it's really good. What's going on here is that even though you didn't apply for a loan, they're hoping you might respond in some way. Scammers are always looking for a way to engage with potential victims. And here's one way: to call you up and tell you about a loan, $150,000, $180,000 that you didn't apply for, but you might be curious what's going on. Is there some free money going around here? Something like that. So it's friendly, it's casual. It sounds like you have a relationship with them. Maybe you'll either push the button and be connected to a live person if you take the call live, or maybe you'll be willing to call back if you take it as a message. That's what's the goal here, is because once they get you engaged, they're going to try to steal your banking information and your personal information, such as your social security number, so they can commit identity theft down the road.
I will say, in probably the past 2 or 3 weeks, I receive at least 2 of these a day. And this is happening across the country, right?
Yeah, this is being reported across the country by both the Better Business Bureau and the Federal Trade Commission. These things come in waves. Everyone I know has gotten these. Some people have reported getting 5 to 20 a day, which is just unbelievable how they're blasting these things out. You know, all they need to do is confirm a couple of quick things. And if you fall for that, then you'll be giving them your personal information. So don't do it no matter how many times they call.
What do? Just delete and report junk?
Well, yeah, whenever you get a call from a number that's unknown, don't answer it right away. Let it go to voicemail, and then you can have the time to think about whether you really want to deal with it or not. If you get one about these loan applications, do not engage with it in any way. Don't hit the number, hit 7, and you'll be on our do not call list. They don't have a do not call list. They're already breaking the law by making these robocalls, so you don't want to do that. And finally is check it out before you do any kind of thing. You can load online. You can call the AARP Fraud Watch Network if you're not sure. They have a toll-free phone number that people can talk to, but just don't engage with those folks. They are trained to try to get your information.
All right, Herb, we are out of time. Where can we read more?
All this is on checkbook.org, so I hope you check it out.
Okay, I know you're the biggest Mariners fan on the planet, so go ahead and give us a go, Mariners, would you?
Go M's!
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. Consumer man Herb Weisbaum, contributing editor at checkbook.org. Thanks. Have a great weekend. It's 8:40. Sully, what's coming up in traffic?
We're going to take a look at the slowing going up northbound I-5 out of Tacoma. We'll break it down for you next.
That sensation we're all feeling right now?
It's the playoffs, man.
That's playoff fever.
Mariners are good. They're going to win at home, is that what we all want?
Yes. They're the talk of the town.
So excited I can hardly stand it.
KIRO Newsradio has all the Mariners buzz.
Some of us even ate dirt. Some of us try to sway the outcome.
And our partner Seattle Sports has the games.
A winning solution. Hearing Rick call
You're gonna want to hear
home
Rick.
run. You talk about a no-doubter.
Listen free on the Seattle Sports app.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So, then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
If your closets are bursting at the seams like the Curly household, it's time to call the pros at Closets by Design Seattle. Every job is completely custom. Free in-home design consultation. Right now, they're offering big savings up to 40% off, plus an additional 15% off with 18 months financing and free installation. You're getting the quality and backing of a national brand, but with friendly local Seattle service. Go to closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN to schedule your free in-home design consultation today.
Oh, hey, remember those yodelers we met in the Alps? I wired them euros from the bank, and they sent me their yodels in a can.
You wired money for canned yodels? That is so dumb. Banks are slow, and they hide fees and overseas transfers and exchange rates.
Well, I don't like the sound of that.
If you're gonna send money to Europe, just use Wise. Wise is super fast and never hides fees.
Smart. You can save up to 70% when you send money abroad. Be smart. Get Wise. Learn more by visiting wise.com. T's and C's apply.
Buy more, save more at Dania Furniture. For a limited time, save $200 instantly for every $800 you spend in our showroom. It's the perfect way to complete your look for less or splurge on your dream piece for your living room, dining room, outdoor space, home office, or bedroom. Stop by your local showroom today or shop online at daniafurniture.com.
It's 8:43. That's time for traffic around here every 10 minutes on the threes. What's new, Sully?
Well, we're still getting better. It's just going to take some time on that drive on northbound I-5, which is still struggling with about an hour and a half to an hour and 40-minute trip from Tacoma to Seattle. We have 45 minutes just up to Federal Way. The brake lights begin right after the Port of Tacoma Road and go all the way up to Highway 18 before breaking free, and then you kind of hit them again. If you have just getting on the road now, we had a long-term fatal crash investigation up near the Kent-Des Moines Road that for a while had us in a 12-mile backup, and we're just working our way through it. As I said, a 30-minute delay up to Federal Way, and then Federal Way to Seattle's running at about 55 minutes. A lot of people went down to the Valley Freeway. You don't need to do that anymore, so it's pretty thick out of Auburn at Highway 18 all the way up through Kent. You add that to the normal stuff down through Pacific because of the lane restrictions, and it's an hour and 15 minutes from Puyallup to Renton. At this time of day, that's 35 minutes slower than it should be. And then Renton to Bellevue, not too bad at 25 minutes. Lake bridges are still in very good shape, and out of the north end, on I-5 and 405, between them, there's only one little bit of slowing, and it's right there at 522 and Bothell on 405. So 40 minutes from Everett to Bellevue, 35 Everett to Seattle. This report brought to you by Global Credit Union, where members enjoy no-fee accounts and early payday with direct deposit. You can learn more at globalcu.org.
Our forecast might see some showers in spots this morning and through the afternoon hours otherwise, so we'll see sunshine for Saturday, rain at times, 58, and then Sunday, look for scattered showers and sunshine and 56. Right now it's 54 in Seattle. And it's 8:45. Coming up, KIRO Newsradio's Paul Holden has our weekend planner here on Seattle's Morning News.
An illegal alien from Guatemala charged with raping a child in Massachusetts. An MS-13 gang member from El Salvador accused of murdering a Texas man. A Venezuelan charged with filming and selling child pornography in Michigan. These are just some of the heinous migrant criminals caught because of President Donald J. Trump's leadership. I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Under President Trump, attempted illegal border crossings are at the lowest levels ever recorded, and over 100,000 illegal aliens have been arrested. If you are here illegally, you're next. You will be fined nearly $1,000 a day, imprisoned, and deported. You will never return. But if you register using our CBP Home app and leave now, you could be allowed to return legally. Do what's right. Leave now. Under President Trump, America's laws, border, and families will be protected.
Sponsored by the United States Department of Homeland Security. Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Now through November 16th, new Comcast Business customers can get started with 150 megabit internet plus security for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig package. Call today. Restrictions apply. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and auto pay with bank account. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
You can count on the Seattle Times for trusted local news and information. The Seattle Times is one of the few independent, locally owned news organizations in the country right here in the Pacific Northwest. Take a closer look with the Seattle Times. Dig into investigative journalism that holds those in power accountable. Discover a new perspective. Gain a deeper understanding. Learn something new about where we live. Subscribe today and don't miss a beat at seattletimes.com/subscribe.
KIRO News Radio has your chance to win 4 tickets to the Seahawks Monday Night Football game on October 20. Head to the KIRO Newsradio app, click the Win tab in the bottom right corner, and enter to win. You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter through the KIRO Newsradio app, the better your odds will be. Do it every day, October 7th through October 13th. Details and rules at mynorthwest.com/win. From the station where the 12s hear the Hawks, KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Keeping you informed since 1974. This is the city's longest-running radio news show.
Seattle's Morning News on KIRO News Radio.
It is 8:48. As my friend Charlie Harger always says, the landing gear is down. We're making our final descent into the weekend, and what a weekend it's going to be. That means it's time for KIRO News Radio's Paul Holden to stop in and give us his weekend planner. But first, die-hard Rockies fan in a Mariners jersey.
Yes.
You are my man right now.
Hey, undefeated, this outfit, undefeated.
Is that Griffey?
Yep, it's
jersey?
Griffey. It's
very nice.
Yep. And this is an old Majestic one, too. So I'm a kid of the 90s. Griffey, incredible.
Awesome.
So I've always had an interesting connection. I've always loved the Mariners in a weird way. I remember playing MLB 2K5 on the original Xbox. And I liked playing the Mariners because Ichiro in that game was nuts.
Yeah.
He was so good. So
you would hit a ground ball and you could run it out most of the time.
It was just like you would get like infield singles. But so anyway, Mariners always that. So I know everyone is probably only focused on the Mariners right now, but there's still a lot going on this weekend. And David, I got some advice for you actually coming up.
Okay.
Let's hit the music.
It's Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday, what? It's Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday, what?
So in the newsroom yesterday, I was talking to David, and I was like, how are you handling things? Knowing David is a very passionate Mariners fan here, takes this very seriously. And he was telling me about getting headaches and stressing and really not knowing how he's going to be able to handle the game. Well, good news. It's World Mental Health Day today, David. And to help with that, you don't need a Discovery Pass to check out the Washington State Park. So if you want to throw on the rain jacket, you're willing to get a little
I was just thinking, my whole thing was, so the 2 games that the Mariners lost, I watched the full games on TV. And the 2 games that they won, I listened on the radio. So my thought was, and this would have been great if it was like an afternoon game, go for a hike, go for a long walk with the dog, listen to the game on the radio. It's probably going to be dark by like the 4th inning.
Yes.
So I don't know about that, but that is a really cool, I might go for a hike before the game.
If you need to get the nerves out, if you need to get out and about, you don't need a Discovery Pass. But as always, of course, plan ahead for the weather today and plan ahead for parking on these free Discovery Pass days. I just wanted to remind you some more Halloween fun going on. Down in Tacoma, Freight House Square has turned into a big haunted house called Fright House Square. They've said that they on their website, they're hyping up new rooms, new frights, and a redesigned queue area
area, so making it a little bit nicer experience to get in and out there. But they do ask you to plan ahead and get your tickets online. I thought this was pretty cool. If you're looking to get out and see the colors, because we're starting, I mean, around Seattle, it's starting to really pick up with the colors here. So in Snoqualmie, at the Snoqualmie Depot, you can take the Halloween train. It's a decorated train for Halloween for you and the family to go, and it's a 2-hour round trip ride. And along the way, not only can you get a bunch of great views, but you're going to have a stop off at the Railway History Campus where there'll be some seasonal activities, and it's only a 30-minute stop too. Get out, run around a little bit, finish it. Perfect little weekend kind of getaway type of thing if you're looking for something with the kids. And they encourage costumes, so you should go ahead and check that out. And this is cool. The Seattle Chinese Garden has done a couple of these where they do some themed nights. They did I think over the holidays last year, they kind of did a Christmas holiday night type of experience. Well, they're doing that, but at Halloween, and it's called the Forest of Shadows. And they're going to use lights and music and all sorts of atmospheric stuff to kind of, disorient you in the kind of haunted house type of way where it's the illusion type of thing. So you can go and check that out there as well. If you're a fan of poetry, at the Rainier Beach Community Club this weekend, it's the 9th Cascadia Poetry Festival. Green Lake's going to be hosting the Seattle Water Lantern Festival this weekend. And at the Seattle Center, Turkfest is going to be taking over the Seattle Center for 2 days of food, dancing, music, and Turkish culture. What's cool here is they have a fresh bakery at this, and it's all about the Turkish coffee and tea. So if you really like that, go check that out. Free to attend, as always, with the Festal program. And then sports this weekend.
Oh, yeah, there are a few things happening.
There's a few things going on here. Mariners, of course, tonight. Do or die, Game 5, ALDS. And I mean, what bar, what restaurant isn't going to have the game on tonight? So I'm sure there are going to be plenty of places to go watch the game. The Kraken are back. Kraken are back in action. They
won last night.
Yes, they did. They won last night, and they take on the Vegas Golden Knights tomorrow at 7. The Huskies taking on Rutgers tonight at 6. And then soccer over there at Lumen Field this weekend. Seattle Reign take on Bay FC tonight at 7:30. And the Sounders take on Real Salt Lake tomorrow at 6:30. So very busy stuff. If you need more details on anything going on, and if you need a heads up on how to get there, because Sully, it's a bit of going to be a bit of a mess getting into town this weekend, right?
Well, Revive I-5 doesn't start until after the
Husky
game tonight at midnight.
So you got
but
some
still
time.
two
Saturday
southbound lanes.
and Sunday are going to be bad,
two
probably.
southbound lanes across the Ship Canal Bridge are blocked in the southbound direction all weekend.
So we got your details on the events and the traffic available at mynorthwest.com.
Thank you.
Of
Go
course.
Mariners.
Go Mariners.
Love the jersey. All right, Sully, tell us what's happening on the roads right now.
Well, we're still struggling through the Fife area up the hill to Highway 18. This is still the leftovers from that 12-mile backup we had after that fatal crash investigation that took about 5 hours to clear. We've got about a 40-minute trip now from Tacoma to Federal Way, which is about a 30-minute delay still. Then Federal Way to Seattle's running around 55 minutes. So we're getting there. The delay overall is probably that 30 minutes there. We're still losing about 30 minutes on northbound 167, maybe a little bit more, because it's 30 minutes out of Auburn. That's plus 15 alone. That's a lot of volume from people diverting from I-5, which you don't need to do anymore. And then Puyallup to Renton has the brake lights there through the Pacific area. So you're going to have about an hour and 10-minute trip to get up to Renton. Renton to Bellevue is about 30 minutes, maybe a little under. Well, actually, yeah, under 25 minutes now. Lake bridges are still quiet. Out of the north end, only 35 minutes from Everett to Seattle. 40 from Everett to Bellevue with just some slight braking in Bothell. This report brought to you by AAA. AAA of Washington membership unlocks epic roadside rescues, hundreds of local perks and discounts, travel and insurance expertise, and somehow more. Join today.
Our forecast, scattered showers and sunbreaks for your Friday as we wrap up the week. A high today of 60. Rain at times for tomorrow and 58. Kind of steady rain compared to our scattered showers, but they'll taper off. We'll see scattered showers on Sunday with some sunbreaks too. It's 54 right now in Seattle. Nick Krisha, go to the game tonight. Make the Mariners win. Keep your streak alive.
Oh, yeah. We're going to make it 7-0. The Mariners are going to have one of the greatest games in the history of their franchise. Let's go, Mariners.
All right. You heard it from Nick. Stay tuned. It's the G and Ursula show coming up. It's a fresh Friday. G's going to get you ready for the big sports weekend coming up. Our inbox is always open for your news, tips, and story ideas at mynorthwest.com or the text line 888-973-5476.
Welcome to this week's Puget Sound Express Whale Report. Naturalists from Puget Sound Express report that their tours have been spending a lot of time near Race Rock's Ecological Preserve near Victoria, BC, watching large groupings of humpback whales. Also in the area is a famous orca known as Nielsen. T49C is a large male who often travels solo.
A fun fact, Nielsen was born in 1998 and for years was called Janet after a humpback whale researcher named Janet Nielsen. Once researchers determined that he was male, its name was switched to Nielsen. Family-run Puget Sound Express offers daily guaranteed whale-watching tours departing from Edmonds. These half-day tours are Seattle's most popular and well-reviewed whale tours. Puget Sound Express also offers tours out of Port Townsend. Don't miss out on your chance to see whales in the wild. Family-run Puget Sound Express guarantees you'll see whales or your next trip is absolutely free. Book online at PugetSoundExpress.com.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
Hartley here from Wilcox Family Farms. I'm so excited to have my cousin Amelia with me today. So I saw that you visited the baby chicks.
I got to hold 7 of them. They were so cute.
Do you know why Wilcox chickens are so happy?
Because they get to play outside?
Yes.
Happy chickens are healthy chickens.
From our farm to your table, Wilcox Family Farms eggs, locally fresh
since 1909.
Fall is here and school is back in full swing. Can your bank keep up with your schedule? WaFd Bank can with free checking. Live your life and stick to your agenda without worrying about minimum balances or monthly maintenance fees. WaFd has thousands of fee-free ATMs and more than 200 branches to serve you across 9 western states. Plus, WaFd Bank offers useful tools like voice-activated banking so you can check your balance and make transfers between your WaFd accounts when your hands are full. Visit wafdbank.com to open your account. Non-sufficient funds charges may apply. Member FDIC.
Wellness. How do you practice it easily every day? At Olympic Hot Tub, we have more ways to achieve total wellness at home than ever before. Immerse yourself and let jets melt stress away in a saltwater hot spring spa. Swim in the privacy of your own backyard in an endless pool swim spa. Retreat to cozy warmth and detox in an amazing Tilo sauna. Then awaken your mind and body with a cold plunge. You'll be saying, ah, in no time. Your path to wellness starts today at Olympic Hot Tub. Better you, better life.
Spike O'Neill here with Dr. Matthew Sharp of Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens. Doc, the one question I keep getting is, was it painful? Should I be nervous about the procedure for a refractive lens exchange? Do you get that question a lot?
Well, definitely, Spike. And I would expect everyone to be a little bit nervous about this. This is a procedure on your eyes. When you come, I think you'll be very comforted by our team. A little bit of medication under the tongue or orally so that you get nice and relaxed. Procedure itself typically takes between 5 and 7 minutes, is utterly painless before, during, and after the procedure. So once they're done, the most common thing we hear by far is, I can't believe it was that easy. I can't believe I waited that long to have this done.
Do what I did. Schedule a consultation to learn everything you need to know from the best. Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens. 425-451-2020. That's 425-451-2020. Or go online to sharp-vision.com. Sharp with an E-vision.com. Official eye care providers of Sounders FC.
We are
Subaru of Puyallup.
We're stress-free.
Stress-free. Estamos libre de estrés.
We're almost 100 employees strong. We make sure the sales process is smooth.
We have video car walkthroughs.
We have stress-free pricing.
We value our customers and we value their experience.
We're like a family here. We love our community
And support local charities. We are
Subaru
of Puyallup, your
stress-free
dealership.
Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealer with the largest selection of Subarus in Washington. With over 800 vehicles in stock, they have exactly what you're looking for with savings you'll love. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1.